it's beyond saving. We have, I think we processed 30 drops at least for the first round because
wow.
people just didn't show up.
Huh.
And when people don't show up, their opponents get really anxious and start like spinning wildly in places. They think that, oh, my opponent isn't here within 1 minute. It must mean that I'm getting disqualified from this event because my opponent didn't show up, and something like that. And they start getting really vocal and going like, "Oh, but please help me! The world is coming to an end! Blah 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 blah." And it's a mess every single time. After the first round, things started getting a lot smoother.
That's good. So I assume that's just regular for our first round anyway in most tournaments.
Yeah. It was a bit like pronounced for this one, but yeah, it's mostly it happens every single time. It happens every single first round. So
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't have an excuse for being tired. I'm just incredibly tired because I keep waking up in the middle of the night for no reason. Don't know why. I have no excuse. Do we have a run here yet, or are we still waiting on anyone?
Depends. Should I give the kind answer or?
Logan, we're missing on Logan.
Didn't
Logan said he
just say he
couldn't
can't
make it. I don't know if it changed in the past 15 minutes or not, but
Oh, did he? Oh, there
Yeah.
we go. I didn't see it. I was explaining some of the aftermath of the event. So
Yeah, he was saying he was way too tired to play, and then he said he can't make it. So I'm assuming that he's just going to bed or something. Which I'm assuming half of us kind of want to do, because we're all very tired. At least this is going to be a very chilled session. It's going to be one of a bit more into character talking and roleplay and less punching bad guys in the face, as you requested last session. Obviously, things are still going to happen in the session. I'm not just going to like leave you alone in the middle of a forest or something and get you to talk to each other. There are still plot points, but yeah, a lot less fighting. So let's kick things off then. So
probably should put up the stream link and all of this.
yeah, good point.
I mean, you do you, but
I need to figure out where the stream link is now. 2 seconds. And then we'll start. A lot less fighting, so. Right, there we go. And put it in the streaming bit. Cool. Awesome. So when we last left off, you guys had just protected the Gaiamon statue in Grey Canyon from a mob of ice Digimon that the Sorcerymon had sent your way. We saw Mistymon's first Digivolution as he purified Panyamon and turned it back into a Leomon. We saw a duel against Ogremon. We saw Ice Devimon corrupting a whole bunch of Agumon and then leaving because it was too much hassle for him compared to what he was being paid to do. So he decided to leave and go for the other statue, which is in the Dark Zone. We've found out through context that the Dark Zone is a week or two away, so it will take Devimon a very, very long time to get there, as well as taking you guys equally as long to get there. So I guess the first thing that we're going to do is frame a scene in Grey Canyon after the battle, where I suppose the first thing you guys need to discuss is how do you protect this statue while you go off to the dark area? Because if you leave it unattended, you know, what prying eyes might take advantage, I suppose.
we break it first.
You break it first. That sounds like something a dark demon lord would say.
Oh. Wow. Rude.
Well, the obvious choice would be to have some of our allies move in here and be stay-at-home guards.
Can Mistymon do some weird, crazy magic to conceal it or protect it or anything?
Potentially.
I don't know. Can he?
And can
Potentially,
we be sure that it will hold up?
You have the what's it called? Sorcery permission, so I suppose it falls under that.
Yeah. Right. So what does Mistymon think? Can he do it?
Let me see. I'll make a roll and see if he actually has the knowledge capable of protecting it while not being there. Let's just do a quick 2d6. 7. Yeah, he can protect it reasonably well by reinforcing it with magic, but it's not like a permanent solution. He can't like keep the enemies away from it, and if a strong enough enemy comes along, it'll be able to break through his magic essentially. So he can basically put a barrier up around it, and it'll sort of be like a small amount of protection that can delay what's coming essentially. Like anything weaker than him that attacks the statue will not be able to harm it essentially. But outside that, you'd need, like Kageyaki mentioned, somebody to sort of stand guard and protect it.
Do we have Gyromon's contact info? Can we contact him somehow?
I'm sure you could. I'm pretty
good
sure.
idea.
I'm pretty sure. Schneimon's still in Icon Village, if I remember rightly. From the last time that he came to grab you guys, because he was injured, if I remember rightly. So maybe you could contact Icon Village via the Monitormon or teleport there via your vast abilities, and enlist the help of Schneimon and get him to organise some sort of protection around it as the net keepers. Do you want to maybe? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that maybe we could do both, basically. So if we have some kind of a magic barrier, and then we have a guard like Gyromon handling the guard duty, then it's extra safe. Barrier can buy them time to ward off any decent sized attacks on its safety.
I mean, he does have a chainsaw, so like I agree that should work.
It would be nice if we had a way to contact them, but
Actually, wait. I just remembered. Gyromon's in Grey Canyon right now. Remember, like when you guys fought the Metal Greymon, he got smashed up a whole bunch.
Steel Greymon, thank you.
That's true. Yeah, Steel Greymon.
Yeah, Steel Greymon. sorry.
SMH, my head.
Yeah, so he's
shaking
already
SMH,
there.
Michael.
He's probably being
Right.
patched up by like Cutemon's magic already. So he could definitely stand guard. Obviously, if something as powerful as Metal Greymon Virus X antibody, or I suppose Steel Greymon, attacks him again, he might potentially not be able to handle it. But other than that one particular thing,
Right.
like
Well,
he can handle himself against most Digimon of his level.
Yeah.
That's
Since it
why
was-
we should have as many people guarding as
Yeah.
possible, to be honest.
Since it was Kagayaki's idea, do you want to try to convince Gyromon to do it, and while Mistymon does some magic mojo to help against the cannon fodder?
Okay. Then I'll go over to Gyromon. I still have no idea how the fuck to pronounce that name.
I think it's gyro, like a gyroscope.
If
Yeah, he's currently he's like on one of the construction sites. He's like helping rebuild some of the buildings that were destroyed because he was unable to protect the city. He's like chainsawing down some wood to sort of use as supports for the buildings that are being remade. And he sees you coming towards him. He turns off his noisy chainsaw, and he like literally floats over to you and does the classic like Japanese thing where you bow so deeply that your head touches the floor, And he starts going, thank you so much for protecting this city. I feel so bad about not being able to defend these people. It's my job after all. Oh, thank God the Digidestin were here. Otherwise everyone here would be dead now.
Okay. Speaking of protecting the city, so do you know the deal with the status of the state? I can't pronounce that word for some reason. The statues?
He doesn't know anything about what the statues are. He just knows that there is a statue here, and the people of the village worship it.
In that case, I give him a short rundown of why they are important, and explain that we are soon going to have to depart and protect one of the other statues, and because of that, we basically need as many people to stay here and protect this one as possible.
He nods thoughtfully, and he pulls out this contraption from seemingly nowhere behind his body. It looks like a giant walkie-talkie looking thing, and he pushes a button on it and like mumbles some words into it, and then like you hear like some gargled noise come back from the other side that's really hard to make out. And he says, "I've just radioed my people. I should be able to mobilize a small group of individuals here to help defend the statue alongside me. Hopefully it'll be enough." He says, "How does an army of 30 sound to you? Is that big enough? Is that too small? Do I need more?"
I fucking hope that's enough. The main issue is that we don't actually know how long this is going to be need to protect. We have no idea how long this will require protection, and we also have no idea when they'll attack again. So, you know, there's that.
I'll need to call in some big guns as well. If that metal Greymon returns, there's no telling what'll happen. I don't know if his goal is the statue or not, but he seemed really, really pissed off. He was asking where you guys were through our entire battle.
Yeah, of course he was. Goddamn. Yeah, basically, no matter what, this statue cannot be destroyed.
Roger that, he says, and he like readies his chainsaw like into like battle mode, and starts floating off and like patrolling around the statue like it's his life's duty to protect this statue, and awaits his reinforcements, which will arrive probably within a couple of days.
That was smooth.
I don't think he needs much convincing, considering you basically did his job for him, and you've like saved his bacon a whole bunch of times with freeing Schneimon and whatnot. I don't think you need to make a roll or anything. I think he's genuinely on board to help in any way that he can to sort of make up for his lack of ability for what happened in the past.
That's great. That
Yeah.
was smooth as fuck. I return to the group then.
Cool.
Right. Let's see. So, on the other hand, we have the shield, which I realize is probably going to use my unique roll, which is not going to be very helpful. But let's see.
Yeah, it will be a unique roll.
Yeah, unleash my powers, right? Okay, yeah, this isn't gonna
Yeah.
go well.
I think you get a +1 to the roll because
Wow.
because Mistymon technically would have influence over Gaiamon. Technically.
Okay. Are you sure I can't defend it? Are you sure?
Defend is
can
for
you spend a team to help?
defend is for immediate danger only. I'm afraid.
Alright, sure thing.
Okay, can Gaiamon
right.
spend a team to help?
Alright, so
Does
let's see
Gaiamon
how
have team?
see how I'm gonna fuck this up.
And before he just smashes this statue in two.
It's a -3, so you know.
But
No worries. Here goes. It's an 8.
Well,
I actually
wow.
succeed.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's...
But it's unstable or temporary.
Yeah, so I'm going to say it's unstable. If anything of Mistymon's level or higher hits that barrier, it will be able to easily break it. If anything below it hits that barrier, it will not be able to break through. So it's sort of like a...
Oh,
like I said, it would be...
Or I get a condition.
That's your choice.
it's
So
a-
would you prefer a condition and just make it very stable?
I can choose. I can choose. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's see. There isn't exhausted. Exhausted is in the shit.
Yeah, they're all emotional states rather than...
You're now
Yeah,
very
no.
angry that you're protecting this town.
I don't fucking know. Maybe insecure.
I mean, it could
Like,
be
I'm
like...
not sure if it will work.
Yeah, that's a good point. You could use insecure, like you're not sure it's going to work. You could do angry because of what the sorcerermon are currently doing, sort of affecting you when you cast the spell. You could do like, I don't think hopeless really fits, but maybe like.
I already have hopeless and guilty.
Oh, you already
Yeah,
have
let's
hopeless
go
and
with
guilty.
let's go with insecure. So this weight works a bit better. But yeah, so I think what happens is that Mistymon basically spreads his like arms and jabs the apparently massive sword, the Heart of Fire, into the ground blade first, the way you're really not supposed to do it, but you know, cool. And then the orb in front of him starts, I guess, wreathed in fire, and a dome of like swirling flame just rises from the ground, covered in Digimoji magic runes, and encapsulates the statue, and then vanishes. And it's apparently done. Apparently, it's going to conjure some kind of a protective fire shield when someone tries to approach it and do some harm to it.
Yeah,
I think that's the way.
like it looks really cool and flashy to everyone watching, except for Kagayaki, who notices that Mistymon writes like in English code in front of him, like if virus Digimon approaches, then dot activate flame barrier.exe and stuff like this in like the air, and it looks like absolute garbled nonsense to people that like don't read computer code, but for Kagayaki, he's like probably it's like taking notes for the future when he's casting his magic, because now he knows how to do so. He casted his first fireball last session after all. Yeah, the magic dome of flames appears and sort of hides itself as a trap. I think Gairamon approaches Sonya, and he grabs her hand and says,
Okay.
"Your partner, she has grenades, right?"
Well, yes. Well, kind of wool grenades, I guess. But why?
So I had a brilliant idea. Can we set up a minefield of those grenades so that if anyone approaches the flame barrier or the statue, they'll have to get through that first? Just layer it up, you know?
Oh, sure. We can try. What do you
Seems
think,
too aggressive.
Lemon?
Sorry, what did you say?
I said, sure, we can try. What do you think, Lemon? Or Shipman still?
Well, I think Sheepman's like really up for the idea. She says she can give it a try. If Sonya thinks it's possible, then it's something that she can definitely try. And she like starts to glow in pink energy and digivolves into Sheepmon. Do you want to give me a unique roll as well, just to see how effective the grenades will be?
Sure. Unique. +2.
Also,
Well-
you might want to like make someone might want to make like a map or something to show where the grenades are, so that you know an unwitting like civilian doesn't step on a
I
grenade.
was planning to build a fence around the statue.
Okay,
to-
fair.
You know, keep away, obviously.
Ooh.
Neat.
12. Okay, they're going to be really, really potent. Gonna write that down. So you got a crit.
Yeah, the barrier of the ancient wizard is okay, I guess, but mines of the fluffy sheep. Now that's what I'm talking about.
So you've layered so many grenades up that even a Digimon of ultimate level would have a hard time staying awake after being exploded by them, exploded by that number of them. And then on top of that, Taisto's barrier can hold of anything of ultimate level as well. So it'll be like a nightmare for anyone to approach the statue without like a plan or knowing where the grenades are or being a mega level Digimon. So you've basically got like extra insurance of an army coming, as well as Gairamon himself protecting the statue on top of these precautions you've taken.
Damn, if only Icon City had this much protection.
Yeah, I know, right? You still need to set up the barrier to prevent Gairamon from visiting again.
Okay, so I don't think I need to roll anything for defense. It's not supposed to be able to keep anything away, it's just so that nobody gets close.
Yeah, you can just build defense, I think. I don't think it's too difficult for someone of your inventing prowess to do so.
It's pretty simple to make, yeah, just a bunch of...
Especially because there's tons of like chopped wood that Gairamon's just made.
Yeah, it's literally just a bunch of stakes and a rope going around them.
Yeah, so people don't step on them. Good. Yeah. So by the end of the day, you have this landmine field set up. You have the barrier around the statue. You have Gairamon floating overhead, and his reinforcements on the way. And you have this giant picket fence around it to make sure no one goes anywhere near the statue at this time. So it is well and truly protected, and you're able to set off to the next location. Pablo, is there anything you'd like
yeah, what's up?
Is there anything you'd like to do to help the city? Tyrannomon, after all, is one of Gazimon's friends.
Yeah.
older
I
player.
I was thinking what I could do. Well, so is the city like completely fixed up? You know, is anything broken? That kind of thing.
They're currently working on reconstructing some of the destroyed buildings after Metal Greymon attacked the city.
Oh, I'm sure, you know, maybe Gazimon, like we did the first episode or second, we could maybe look out for some like materials like wood and stone to rebuild.
Sure, so you're going to be keeping an eye out on your journeys to bring back something that'll help rebuild the city and keep it sturdy. Maybe some kind of Digizoid metal or something like that. Cool.
Yeah, we haven't actually seen any of that, so that could work.
Cool. Let me write that down. Okay, cool. So the city is well and truly protected. You stay there one more night and set off in the morning. You head out towards the Dark Zone. Via the Monitormon, Wizardmon tells you guys the sort of routes to get there. And that you have to go very, very far north. You have to traverse the wilderness in which you fought Mummymon originally. And eventually you will come upon a clearing that looks like it's a very unique looking forest, is the way he puts it. And apparently the map that he has, it has like what's the word? Like a peace symbol on it. So there's some sort of sanctuary or refuge within that location, but he doesn't know exactly where it is. And then on the other side of that clearing, there will be the Dark Zone. So you guys start heading off towards the Dokugumon domain. Now you know that the Dokugumon like to burrow underground, make holes, and catch people in their webs and whatnot. Is there any precaution that you guys would like to take before you start, like flashback to a precaution you've taken to sort of prepare yourself for that environment? Maybe Kageyaki or someone invents something new that can help combat the traps and spiders.
I'm not sure I actually have something to detect pitfalls besides my scanning.
Was it
Like-
like that they didn't like fire? Is that correct?
Yeah, they
They're in
don't
the
like
forest.
fire. They're scared of fire. They will run the opposite direction of fire.
Does
I
Kagayaki
mean-
could Kagayaki create some kind of an everlasting torch?
Ooh.
A flamethrower, perhaps?
A torch would be dangerous, but I'd like to create some sort of lantern that gives the illusion of fire if possible.
Okay, so like pretend fire almost. That
Yes,
sounds
because
cool.
we'll be in thick forest, I don't want to burn it down.
Okay. Yeah, I think you'll be able to do that with the materials in the town. But you'll need some fuel from that's provided by Momimon and Wizardmon's workshop. They happily allow you to use their potions to make this sort of lava lamp.
So is that like inventor or always tinkering? Because it is a minor gadget.
Yeah, I'd say it's always tinkering.
Alright, in that case it's unleash my power and superior or unique, it's the exact fucking same roll. Alright, let's see. 36 plus 2. 9.
Nice. So on a 9 on Unleash Your Powers, you do it. You make a lava lamp, but it's untemporary, temporary or unstable, or you take a condition to make it fully stable.
The logic says temporary because it needs fuel.
Cool. I know I said Mummymon and Wizardmon provided you initial fuel. Do you want to tell me what fuel they gave you and what you'll need if you want to sort of keep the fire going? I'll let you have full decision making over that.
It would probably be just oil, no?
So you need to find some oil.
I mean, would anything else realistically work? I mean, it's digital world, it's a digital world, so if it's something that it's easy to find, that would be preferable, but it's probably just oil.
Okay, so if you can find some like digital oil or the equivalent, you'll be able to keep the lava lamp fueled, but it is currently temporary. Once it runs out of fuel, it will stop. Okay, so you make your way into the web, and you use your lava lamp. You see the Dokugumons sort of like cowering away behind the rotting and desolate trees that are like leafed with webs. Some of them scurry up the trees, the smaller ones, and hide in the branches. But they're all like eyeing you eerily, sort of watching you walk through the domain, waiting for their chance to sort of strike and get their meal for the day, but being too scared to approach because of the lava lamp. It works like a charm. Do you want to scan the ground for the Dokugumon holes?
Yeah, I'm
make sure
basically
you guys-
doing that all the time, every few steps.
Okay, cool. So you're like walking pretty slowly through the domain then.
Better safe than sorry.
Cool. Okay, so
It
you.
depends actually on how much fuel we have.
I'd say it's a very small amount considering Digi-oil isn't easy to come by. That's why it's so temporary. If the light goes out, you're basically going to be swarmed by a whole bunch of Dokugumon. So you're going to have to get through quickly, but at the same time avoid the holes somehow without like having to walk super duper slowly.
Right, in that case I mean...
I suppose
yeah.
I suppose Pablo could help out here. Gazimon and Dorumon, both of them have the digging ability, so potentially they could burrow under the ground and sort of like point out where holes are. That could
Oh
be
yeah, that makes
an easy
sense.
solution
Yeah.
for both
I
of you
guess.
to
If I
work
remember, Pablo is the one that fell the most into the holes, so he should be aware of where they are.
Yeah, probably. At this point.
Whatever helps us get there faster,
together. Okay.
since the alternative to running out of lamp is Linksmon, and Linksmon could torch the forest by existing, so...
Cool.
Yeah, same goes for Flame Wizardmon.
Bit of a hazard there.
Yeah.
Cool. Give me a unique roll and see if you get to the other side of the Dokugumon domain before the lava lamp runs out of fuel.
Alright. Plus 2. That is an 8.
We're so unique, you guys. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so you
That's
can
an
either take a condition, or the lava lamp will start to flicker about halfway through the domain, which allows them to sort of grow closer to you, the Dokugumon, and the lava lamp won't last much longer after that.
Be afraid to get more fuel.
How
We
far?
need-
How far in are we?
About halfway through the domain right now. You're like
Halfway
using
through.
the lava lamp for protection, and it'll start to like flicker if.
I mean, afraid might be if you want to go with the condition. Afraid might be a good one because we're afraid that the lava lamp goes off. Or
I already have
no.
a rating, so
Oh, that's bad.
you forget that I'm constantly sitting my pants when you combat. Guilty maybe.
Guilty that you
Because-
couldn't
So
make something better.
insecure is also one
Either
that can.
guilty or insecure, yeah, because if the lamp goes out, it's basically on me.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
only we had fire types.
Let's roll in a 1d2, both make sense.
I'll let you
1d2.
choose which one you want.
1 is guilty, 2 is insecure, 1 is guilty.
Cool. So you feel guilty that you couldn't make anything better. It starts to flicker, but it lasts just enough time that you reach the end of the Dokugumon domain, and literally as you step foot into the next area, the lava lamp just dims out and goes completely black.
Convenient.
Oh, thank God.
And you're left in relative darkness. For some reason in this area where the trees are much thicker and that you notice the leaves on the trees that you've entered the area of, they're all like there's like wire vines with like earbuds on the end of them that connect all the trees and like are wrapped around each other and knotted in various ways.
Oh, a gold mine. Nice.
And there's several like computer monitors buried in the ground here. There's even like an open fridge that's like face planted onto the ground next to one of the bigger trees. And you see like on top of the wires, when you take a closer look and you scan it with your visor, there's several like human-like appliances that are just like balanced precariously on the earbud wires and could break through and fall at any minute.
Wow. Okay, so if this place is in the nest of some.
Sorry, your voice cut out there. Could you say that again?
Okay, yeah. It's my headphone, sorry. So basically, if this place isn't the home of something, it's a fantastic camping spot because I have so much material to work with if we camp here.
It's a Christmas tree.
I mean, I think we should try to make the best possible pace we can. But yeah, if we have to stop camp here, it would be pretty ideal. Because this seems like a relatively safe place for everyone, and as you mentioned, there's a lot of useful things we might make use of.
How many hours have we been traveling for?
Well, I think we said it takes roughly a day to reach the Dokugumon domain, so it's probably like sun setting about this time. So you're probably about time to set up a camp.
Yeah, then it's a good spot, and we have 2 weeks ahead of us anyways.
Hey, what's wrong with my microphone?
It's close enough.
Make the rules, dude. Sorry, I don't make the rules.
Wait, what's wrong with
I'm just the one to fill out the spaces, dude.
It's close enough.
No.
It's somebody's microphone.
So yeah, you guys set up camp. We have like a scene of like the glowing embers of a fire that you guys have set up. You're all sat around keeping warm. you've managed to make like a makeshift tent, like a legit tent out of the materials that have fallen onto the wires, and using the wires to sort of hold it up. You have relatively good shelter, and you guys are sat around the campfire, and you guys start talking about your pasts and like that you're missing home. Maybe you tell a couple of ghost stories here and there as well. But the topic definitely turns on to like things you miss in the old world.
Hey,
So
remember
Mr.
food
Yeah,
and,
food.
and like a house? That was cool.
Do you wonder if they worry about us? Like, it's been a while since we've been here.
I mean, I think so. We've been gone for like, what, a month?
I could try checking the news again. I've been kind of avoiding that.
Kid's dead? Question mark.
Yes,
No survivors.
you like uplink to the internet that's somehow still connected in this strange, odd environment that you found yourself in.
Don't worry about it.
Do you look up news articles about where you guys went missing and all this kind of stuff? And there's actually news footage
Oh my god.
of I've forgotten the name of it. What's the fortress called again? I think.
Suomenlinna.
Pardon, sorry.
Blah, 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 blah.
Suomenlinna.
I can't say that. I'll just call it the
Lina.
fortress.
Fortress Lina.
I'm not even going to attempt.
Fortress.
The fortress. There's a news article.
Suomenlinna.
Suomenlinna.
So Lina.
Suomenlinna.
Fortress Lina.
Suomenlinna.
Lina.
That's correct.
Okay, so Suomenlinna. I've already forgotten it. Suomenlinna.
Suomenlinna.
Blah blah blah.
That long word.
Suomenlinna.
Suomenlinna. Is that it?
Fortress.
Close enough. Close enough.
Okay. The fortress. I'm not going to try again. The fortress is on the news. There's several old articles about a group of school children going missing, as well as their teacher not being found. There is there's a
Sure.
sort of later articles where they found this scientific anomaly that happened there. And they're sort of investigating it. There's like a picture of these like scientists in like white hazmat suits with the plastic mask things over their faces, and they're like doing various tests, like radiation tests and stuff on with various instruments on the anomaly that happened there, and there's basically the search is still ongoing for the missing children. And whether
Well, the
anomaly
investigation's still
has anything
open.
to do with it, basically. And there's like there's a picture of the town mayor, who's like saying that the anomaly totally wasn't his fault and that it wasn't something that he overlooked. It was definitely a random occurrence that wasn't anything to do with the government.
And there's a caraman in the background for no reason.
Oh, I didn't have a reason to suspect him, but now I do. Jesus Christ, mate, words.
There's a couple of articles of there's like Pablo and Zachary's parents who are like making appeals like, have you seen our children? We need to find them and all this kind of stuff. You see like
Fuck, that's sad. That's really sad.
there's like a whole sob story background for Zachary where like he's like everywhere that he's ever been has burnt down before him. Like his favorite game shop, his house burnt down, and his parents are like, after all this tragedy we just want him home and all this kind of stuff. We get like an image of Taisto's parents, who don't seem very worried at all. They're just like, he'll be fine. He can look after himself. He's always been one for exploring and going for adventures. He'll be home in no time.
Wow.
Like, totally taking it really well. But like, you like Taisto probably knows on the inside they're worrying like crazy about him. And I think Kageaki, your parents are probably scientists working on the anomaly, trying to figure out what happened to you guys. So they're probably on that team. So you get all that information from your internet upload.
Alright, so the missing people, the list of missing people is basically the 6 kids and the teacher? Or
Yeah.
are there more names?
6 kids and a teacher.
Alright.
Is he
Sorry,
here
wait,
too?
no, wait. Sorry, 5 kids and a teacher. 5 kids and a teacher.
Five.
Okay, question.
5 kids, so
Did we know the
Ainari
teacher?
is from somewhere else, good.
Questions
Did
for
we-
later.
Do we know the teacher, or is he like a random teacher?
He's the teacher that was chaperoning you guys on the school trip that you went
Wow.
missing on.
Yeah, okay.
What is his
Interesting.
subject? What does he teach?
Very important.
He
to the
teaches
story.
geography.
Oh no, not
Alright,
the
then where the
geography.
fuck are we?
Geography and history is his specialty.
What bad one? Go.
Oh, if he
Doing
teaches
math.
geography, then where is he? Like,
I hope he's okay.
Do you want to come up with a name to together for the teacher? Just so I can write
Well,
it
he
down.
should
have a
be
name.
Finnish, so I don't know.
I mean, should
Swanman
be
Lina
Finnish?
dude.
That's pretty racist.
Oh, hey.
I'm picturing he looks like a sort of really short, oldish man. He's bald on the top. We've got blacky grey, sideburny kind of hair. He's got a big,
So every
bushy,
teacher ever.
black grey mustache, and he wears one of those explorer outfits. Because classic anime tropes of him being a geography teacher and wearing an explorer outfit. He carries a compass around his neck all the time, and he has several. He runs the local scouts troop as well, so he has survival knowledge and stuff.
Okay, I actually know. Let's see. The
We'll have to. If he's here, we'll have to look for him. Did we have any news about another human? I remember. I guess they were talking
right,
about.
I have the name. The name is Petteri Valtonen.
You might want to type that down.
Petteri
I'm gonna
Petteri
call him
Valtonen.
Vartonen.
Vartonen.
Valtonen.
Vartonen.
I'm gonna call him Peter Valdonen because that's just easy to say.
Yes, I like where you're going.
Peter.
Peter Valton.
Peter Valdonen. There we go. It's just an easier name to say and remember.
You're butchering my culture. You're wounding me deep inside.
Alright, so, question. Wanyamon from Mycon Village was able to call me.
Yes, through
I'm
the
able to call
monitor.
it back.
Yes, you can reverse the call and call through the monitormon.
Alright. Then
It's
I...
a Monitormon?
Yeah,
We need
I've
those
been
everywhere.
talking about the Monitormon for loads of episodes. You saved them from Mummymon, and they've lived in the village ever since, and they've
Don't worry
been using
about
them as a communication tool. They even tugged on Pablo's shots the other time and showed him
Shit,
what
it's a real
happened in the
person.
battle.
Fuck.
in that
It
case...
wasn't supposed to be the name of any real person.
Well,
Crap.
you fucked up.
Yeah, clearly.
You done goof.
Wait, whose name was what real person?
Petteri Valtonen.
Peter, dude.
I can't believe we just doxed that many people.
So
Okay, so basically I'll just call back to the village and inform them that there's in fact one more person that might be in the digital world, and if they hear anything about an old human, they should inform us.
I think Wanyamon, he takes it upon himself to go exploring into the forest with his other in-training friends.
No,
Play-
for the love of God.
Playing search party, not actually being a search party, but playing about being a search party to try and
Okay.
find the older human.
For the love of God, have an adult with you.
Yes, please.
They
an
promise
adult.
you that they will have an adult with them.
I don't even need to roll.
They promise you.
I don't even need to roll.
Or will they have a perfect?
I asked them to bring me Leomon and tell him to keep an eye on them.
Manitamon, that's definitely over there that we're calling true. Make sure there's an adult with them.
You like see on your visor like a thumb stick up in front of the screen.
That's great.
I like that Monitimon's a mute. He doesn't speak.
Okay. So yeah, that's done. No need to really spend too much time on the call.
No, it's definitely handled now. No reason to think any more about that.
Yeah, definitely. But back to our discussions. The weird part is that there's nothing on. You know that dude I engaged in the kidney. What was his face again? I remember out of character.
Einari Kokko.
That guy.
Einari Kokko, yeah. There's nothing on him. I have no idea why. He apparently didn't go out with us or something.
He was visiting, right? If I remember correctly. What? I didn't talk with him very much, but
If he didn't enter like us, how did he enter? You know?
No, I mean, I don't even know how we entered, so you know.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe he did on purpose, or he got sucked into.
I doubt it was on purpose, like he was in a trance.
Yeah, but at this point, I don't know.
But, yeah, that's just weird. Like, the missing persons list is just us 5 and the teacher.
That's another thing. What about her? She wasn't with us when, him, when it happened, right?
But the teacher wasn't with you, or Inari wasn't with you.
Yeah, so that's
strange.
weird then. Very weird, but at least he was reported to the media and Inari wasn't, so there's something different there.
Hopefully the teacher is okay and he has been able to survive alone for some. I will stop talking.
I'm sure he survived in this fucking world with dinosaurs.
I will stop talking. You'll stop talking as well.
We almost die every week with 5 monsters. I doubt.
Okay, we get the picture.
And
The Digimon.
Daisto abruptly just stands up.
Of
and
course
starts
you.
starts walking away from the fire.
Yeah, I got you.
Brood, away from the others.
Oh, okay.
The ghost one might want to go check up on him.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Farewell. Callisto. Farewell. You
Well,
will-
that's rude.
Oh come on, that's not fair.
That's just mean.
I'm getting there.
I didn't even realize you had this bingo going. Holy shit! What's the second one down? Something them.
Sonia is there.
Sonia is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sonia
I
and
couldn't-
Pablo are
Sonia-
there.
Sonia is there.
I couldn't think of
Pablo.
anything for Sony. I'm sorry.
Is there.
It's the same thing with Sora in Adventure. She's there.
Exactly, he gets it.
Oh boy.
Cool.
But yeah, Daisto basically just stomps away, away from the others.
Taista, what are you doing?
Ghostman, do you want to see what's wrong with him? Or maybe I should.
Well, I'm definitely not going. If I go, he'll probably just get angrier.
I will try and see if he's okay.
I stand up and go with him because I assume he walked away a bit.
Yeah, I think Ghostmon also comes along, and he's worried. He literally like trails after Taisto almost immediately before you guys get up, and he's like, "Hey Taisto, where you going? Where you going?" And like he's like storming off into the forest, in a random direction.
I follow him. See what the fuck he's up to.
Oh, okay.
So while they're gone, I'll off-screen scavenge for resources. No need to waste time on that.
Okay. So you guys all storm off into the forest after Taisto. Could you each give me a conditions roll?
What?
Oh, what?
A
Roll
conditions
plus
roll.
conditions.
roll plus
Basically, like
conditions.
taking a powerful blow.
Oh, okay.
I
have
assume.
I have
9.
no conditions.
I have 2, so +2. Is that right?
Yep.
Roll plus conditions.
Plus conditions. Is it?
I don't have any conditions. Oh, that's
No.
nice.
Oh wow. Okay, so
Great. I had no conditions. I still failed the worst.
we get a shot of Taisto storming through the forest, looking visibly upset, and we see in the background several glowing red eyes and some
So
sort
he
of
did do something
fuck.
stupid then.
some sort of
That's
dark
right.
energy is being sucked and siphoned off of Taisto. And then we get another shot to Sonia and Pablo running after Taisto, like saying, "Where you going? Where you going?" And then Pablo starts to slow down, and Sonia keeps running, not realizing this, and runs after Taisto. And Pablo, the same thing happens to you. We see the red eyes in the background, and some
Oh,
dark
boy.
energies being siphoned off you.
Boy.
Something is feasting off of your negative emotions and underlying traumas. And I want you both to flash back to a moment in your past where
Of
where
course.
you felt at your lowest, at your worst, and you've carried it with you ever since. We'll start with Taisto because he rolled first, and then we'll go on to Pablo.
Oh.
Right.
Didn't Sonia roll after? Whatever.
Oh, Sonia failed.
Oh, right. But yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
success.
I succeeded.
Lucky.
You missed into success.
Also, Sonia marked potential for failing the roll.
Oh, nice.
Oh, of course. Good luck, Taisto.
Just
I'm
give me a
horrible.
second. Just give me a second.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm horrible at narrating,
This,
so I'll go last.
Not tragic enough. I need a really tragic song. Can someone give me a tragic song, please?
That
Tragic
sounds good.
song. I can try.
Oh, I need to find one right too. Okay, I'll go get one.
Go
Something a
for
bit
it.
actiony, not like
Yeah.
sad tragic, but like
Apologies.
awful accident tragic.
Awful accident tragic. Well, that should work. For fuck's sake. I hate it when you do that.
Oh, Fred.
Oh. Wait, is Fred just died?
Red boat.
No, he just failed.
Okay, let's go
Failed.
for 2. I will fuck you. I can do this. I will continue to try.
We believe in you. We believe in
You
Fred.
can do it.
Right. 3. Fuck yes.
Oh, did it.
Here we go.
Oh,
This is perfect. Thank
sufficiently
you.
sad. Let me turn it up
Excellent,
for
thank
the.
you.
The
I
signal.
fucking love this track so much.
All right.
My best friend
Okay, I'll
stole
take
my
that.
Twinkie.
There we go.
So, as we follow Deister, who is stomping across through the forest, having his dark emotions and regretful past siphoned out of him into the waiting hungry mouth or whatever appendages they used to feast on of the red-eyed monsters. We basically just zoom really fast into his eyes and are turned into a very familiar flashback. Actually, we've seen this one before, colored in sepia. Is that the word? Yes, sepia.
Yep.
Sepia colors. We see Taisto, a younger Taisto, standing in front of a house that frozen in place by agonizing and petrifying fear. completely paralyzed and unable to act, as a burst of conflagration, like an explosion, comes out of the house with billowing flames shooting out, and you can see that in Taisto's eyes there's a moment of great hesitation and fear, as you can see his chin starts like wobbling, and his knees start shaking as he looks towards the house that's burning in flames and is being consumed by the fire in front of them. And then there's a scream. There are screams coming from inside the house, and Aisto then turns abruptly around and starts running away, and we cut out from the flashback at that point.
Seems like everybody's just burdened with house fires at the moment.
It would seem so, yeah.
I was trying really hard to think what it would be, but you know, it came back to fire anyway.
Do we get a glimpse at the nameplates on the letterbox of whose house it was, or do we not
Oh
see
yeah,
that?
of course, sure, why not? As Taisto runs away, he passes by the letterbox, and the camera zooms just underneath, and it says, "Go." Then we cut away from the flashback.
I think your voice cut out at that exact moment.
Oh.
It says...
Say it with me. Bingo!
But it is appropriate.
It says it's a 5-letter word. It starts with a K. It ends with an O, and it actually it's made out of only those 2 letters actually.
Kendo.
Ko. It says Ko.
Kendo.
Zachary.
Cool. And then we flash out of your bad nightmare, and we see the Bakamon above you sucking that evil memory out of you and relishing in its delicious flavors. Feasting on the turmoil of humans is something that they've never had the pleasure of experiencing, but for some reason it's just extra tasty. And then we pan over to some other Bakamon who are currently feasting on Pablo, who is now stopped running altogether and is lost in his thoughts. Pablo, do you want to show us a flashback of your past where Pablo was at his lowest, and it's something that you've carried with you ever since?
I'm gonna try. I'm bad at narrating things.
That's totally fine. We'll help you as best we can.
Let me think of the setting. So you see like an establishing shot of school. It's the evening, and then you zoom into school through windows. One of the classes. Give me a second. And you see, 2 kids talking together. One of them is Pablo, and the other is somebody, a friend of him. Right? And then because lunch just finished, the teacher is coming in. Pablo grabs a paper from his backpack and puts it beneath the friend's chair. And with 2 minutes, we see it's a copy of a test, right? That's finished and all of that. Then the teacher actually delivers the test to everybody. I can't talk for shit. And I'm sorry. So, then we see the friend and Pablo start, filling out the test. Pablo sneaks a glance at the copy that he gave the friend, and he sees that it hasn't been picked up or anything. And we get a speed up until when the test is finished, and the teacher walks by to grab everybody's tests, and he or she, I don't know, sees the copy of the test beneath the friend's chair, and I don't know what's the word, like dequalifies or gives him like a 0 because he cheated. And we then realize that it's like a grade school, that you need good grades. It's like a premium private school, and because of that, the friend has to move out. Then we get this like shot of the friend in like sunset, jumping on, hopping onto his car and driving away, while we see Pablo looking at like a tear falls or something. And then we get like this superimposed image with 50% opacity of the test that the friend did, and it turns out there was a 10 on it.
Oh no.
I'm sorry for that. I'm bad at talking.
That was very good.
Was really good.
Yeah, sure, really good. You can hurt my
I
feelings,
think I think just to connect it all, I think the teacher that kicked him out should be Peter, just to make it like extra connecting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Spider-Man?
That makes sense. I thought you were gonna go for that.
I'm sorry.
Cool. And then
That's right. What?
we flash out to Pablo on his knees, the Bakamon feasting on the horrible memory of his friend's expulsion, that he's ever so guilty for. And I think the next scene that we see is Taisto lost in that emotion, and we see like this Ghostmon next to him, and he's like yelling something at Taisto, but like it's like muffled and you can't hear it because you're hearing it from Taisto's perspective, and Taisto's like lost in his thoughts and you can't hear anything right now. But then suddenly from behind he feels something grasp around his waist, and it's Sonia, and her Digivice glows a bright pink and snaps him out of it, and the Bakamon are like forced away from Taisto.
Go away! Are you okay, Taisto?
What's going on?
You were zoning out. I think those Bakamon were doing something. But I chased him away. Don't worry, it's fine. Did anything happen? Like.
I feel like I just woke up from a nightmare. It was where are we?
But we're still in the forest. You went on your own, and then we chased after you, and Pablo and I, and then I found you. You were. Did you mean to go away, or was it?
I needed some time to think for myself, because I feel after hearing what you guys said about the fate of Einari and how he's in danger from this world that's so hostile to us, I feel so responsible for him being here. He said that he was present, or he came to see us because he wanted to come see me, and because he wanted to see me, he's now trapped here and he's gone. I tried to search for him after he vanished from Mummimon's, after he defeated Mummimon, but I couldn't find him. The thought, especially since you were talking about what you were missing from back home, and I want you to understand that you guys are great. Like
But
I'm really happy that I have you and Pablo and Kagayaki and Zachary by my side once we tried to save the world and face this unprecedented destiny that we're apparently foretold to fulfill. But I grew up with Einari. Einari is my childhood friend, and I don't think any one of you could ever replace him as the person that I'm. If anything was to happen to Ainley, I could never forgive myself. I could never forgive myself for that.
Well, don't worry. He has a Digivice. Remember, I'm sure he has a partner we haven't seen, but maybe.
Does he have a partner?
Well, surely.
Who is his partner? Why didn't his partner protect him from Mummymon and the others? He was somehow enchanted by them, as we saw when we encountered him last time. How do we know that he's not being grabbed by them again? How do you know? It's my fault. It's my fault he's here, and it's my fault he's in danger.
It's
again.
Not your fault.
Yes, it is.
He ran away on his own. He could have stayed with us.
You don't know anything.
I guess I don't.
It's my fault he's here. It's my fault he's in danger. It's my fault that you're in danger. It's my fault that everything is my fault. How am I supposed to do what Wizardmon told me? How am I supposed to be the leader that you guys have if I keep placing you all in danger all the time? How can I make everything better? How can I do it?
I wish I could answer, but I'm pretty sure I'm still in edgy mode.
When we were fighting Leomon, I was literally frozen with fear. I was trying to put on a brave face, but I couldn't. I was so afraid.
And it's normal.
I was so afraid. I was so afraid that whatever I do, it won't be enough. That I will die. I will die just like.
I'm the mon.
Get it.
What?
Get it. It's fine.
If you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. But do know that we're here with you. It's not your fault, okay? We're all here together. We're partly responsible for ourselves. We're trying to save people as well. We are putting ourselves in danger all the time. Kagayaki fought Snowgermon on his own. That was pretty courageous or reckless, depending on who you ask. You're not responsible for all of us, okay? I know being a leader and all that must. I don't really know what that's like, but that doesn't mean it's your fault if anything happens to us. You know, we all have something. We all eat it together. That's what I'm getting at. You can just put all the blame on you and say it's because of you that this or that happened. We never asked to be whisked away to this strange world in the first place. No? Is it you that made us teleport all the way here? I don't think so. So you should stop taking all of it yourself, okay? It is fine. You don't blame yourself for everything that happens in the world. It's nobody's fault that we're here, or nobody that we know. I guess I don't know how this world works, but I don't want to see you feel so bad and guilty. We're friends too, you know. And Einari, if he's your friend too, I'm sure he's gonna be fine, right? If he's as important to you as you are to us, I'm sure he will find a way to be fine. And well, we'll keep searching for him. So we'll ask everyone we know for hints. So don't worry too much. We'll find him. We'll help him if he's in trouble. But it's not your fault.
I think that counts as Sonia reassuring you, Taisto, if you want to trigger your team move here.
Oh Jesus! Oh crap! Gives him potential, doesn't it? Fuck.
Gotta get your hit.
Fine. Was too good to pass up. Guilty, insecure, or hopeless? Do you have a preference? Do you want to pick for me, Sonia?
What you want? Guilty.
Which I get to clear a condition. I have 3, and all of them are really good for this.
I can clear guilty because I want you to not be guilty. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Cool, and I think we cut back to the campsite, and we see Kageaki oblivious to the fact that his friends are being feasted on by darkness because he's got the wits about him to not leave the campfire in the middle of the night.
I'm having the time of my fucking life over here.
He's climbing the trees and grabbing all the technology off them.
Jackpot.
He's like, Doraemon, catch! And like throws it down, and Doraemon has to like catch it as best he can. Actually, maybe he's got Sang-Lutmon teleporting up and bringing stuff down for him. Actually, that probably makes more sense. And like you're like tinkering and building different little gadgets and stuff and trying to do stuff. I think Zach's with you by the fire. As much as he's terrified of fire, this fire seems to be comforting to him because it's very controlled and not like burning everything around him to the ground.
And he does have my fire extinguisher. One day he'll use it.
Maybe.
One day he'll get to use it. And I think you're approached by Cutemon, and he sees you like tinkering and doing all your gadgetry and stuff, and I think he's like, oh, that's so cool, ha! And he like picks up one of the gadgets you're working on, like from right in front of your nose, and I'm assuming that annoys the crap out of you because you're trying to tinker with it. But he looks like fascinated by all this gadgetry and technology and stuff that you're putting together that he's never ever seen before. And he's like, you can sell this for some really big bits.
I'm in too good a mood to immediately be soured by that, to be honest. After the jackpot.
Pardon, sorry?
I'm in too good a mood after finding this gold mine to just be in a bad mood immediately just because he snatched one thing, but...
maybe I misspoke then. Maybe you are in still a good mood. I just thought maybe it would... having something snatched from in front of you wouldn't be...
Nah, it's pretty minor and annoyance.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, he's snatched what you're working on from in front of you. He thinks it's amazing, and he's looking onwards at you in awe about you making all this stuff, but also sort of putting a spin, his classic Codman spin on it, saying that he can sell it for a ton of bits. I feel like because he's like idolizing you, he's raising your superior, and he's definitely like lowering your kind, because kind represents like how normal you are.
Well,
he's definitely idolizing you at the moment.
For starters, I would refuse to sell it, so obviously I'm going to reject.
Okay.
The issue with that...
But this isn't you rejecting selling it, this is you rejecting him idolizing you. He's basically putting you on a pedestal and being like, you're so cool that you can put together all these inventions and gadgets and stuff. So is that what you want to reject, or is that...
It feels like they'd be pretty together. It feels like telling me to sell my inventions would be higher on the list of affecting me. I don't know.
Right, okay, well if you want to reject it, go ahead. Give me a flat 2d6 roll then. And then if you have a condition that takes away from that, then...
I don't think it's, yeah, I don't think I have one the guild, I don't have insecure. Thank you, D2. Before I thank you, however, we need to roll 7. And I rolled a 7.
So, on a 7, let's see, what happens on a 7 again? Choose one of the following. So you get to either clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove keep one wrong. Shift one of your labels up and one of your labels down of your choice that sort of symbolize how you feel about yourself rather than him idolizing you. Or cancel keep one's influence over you and take +1 forward against them whenever you act towards them next.
Does immediately rejecting the fact that he wants me to sell stuff counters?
You have to do something like overt to sort of show him that you don't like that idea. So, what's something that Kageaki could do to sort of prove that he doesn't like the idea of selling his inventions? Is there like a...
Well, I haven't stolen a single one so far. I've always been giving them away pretty readily.
And I think he's incredibly thankful for that because a lot of your gadgets and know-how has like helped Zachary cope with the stress of being in this world. I think if you wanted to act to prove him wrong, you'd have to sort of give him some context as to why you selling your inventions isn't something you're interested in, like some sort of backstory reason that he could relate to. So something in your past, maybe.
I am not going
past,
to...
you say? Like a flashback? Another one?
Yeah, this is an episode where we find out more about you guys.
Fair enough.
I am not going to be selling any of my inventions anytime soon. I'm lucky they haven't fucking blown up in anyone's leg yet. Totally specific.
Oddly specific, yes.
I think like Cutemon looks really confused. He's like, blow off someone's you've only made rollerblades for feet. Everything else has been above waist. Come on,
I've only made rollerblades here. There's a before as well.
You invented it in the human world too?
Of course I did. I didn't just throw a brain in here.
Well, I mean, I figured because you're the one of the Digidestined, everyone has their own traits. I thought maybe they were bestowed upon you when you entered the world. I don't know how this thing works.
So far it looks like it's more like we created them based on what we were good. I don't know how it works. I just know that I'm a smart one and what if I can do, there's the perfect life. Yeah. After one of my inventions basically blew up one of my friend's legs and ended his career in running, I am both not testing them on anyone besides myself and definitely not selling them for the near future.
So
that's just not happening.
Yeah, so his enthusiasm seems to die down a little bit. And he's like, wait, your inventions aren't safe? We've been using them all this time.
The ones I give you are all pre-tested to make sure that it won't blow up.
That's good. I mean, Zachary has the most of them, and if one of those were to blow up, I mean, who knows how much fire would be around. Like, I think you like see Zachary flinch at the word fire. He seems pretty spaced out around the campfire. Doesn't seem like himself today. He seems a bit absent.
Is he?
He's just nodding.
He's just standing next to the fire, T-posing.
He nods every now and
No
then when
emotion,
someone
like
texts him.
blank face.
He's training his T-pose to assert dominance over fire so that he can get over his phobia.
Yeah, T-pose over that trauma.
Even if for some reason they decide to malfunction now, neither of his inventions would actually blow up proper. The extinguisher would just fill him with smoke, cover him in... what the fuck is it? the word foam. Yeah, foam.
Oh.
I
The
think
extinguisher would just cover him in foam, and the skateboard shield would just lose a roller. God damn, I can't fucking talk.
Cutemon plops his butt down on the log next to you, and he says, "Look, I've been on the other end of being hurt by a friend, and let me tell you, like, it sucks. And even though I've been hurt by him, I still feel an intrinsic connection. I still want him to be my friend. I'm sure whoever you hurt and whoever's career you ended by blowing off his leg, I'm sure he still wants you to be a part of his life, and I'm sure that he's still hoping that you'll approach him and talk to him about it. I know I am." He sort of looks down at his feet and then like wiggles his feet around.
But considering we're not only in different dimensions right now, but even if I go back, we'll still be in different, literally, like, the two sides of the world. I doubt it. It would take a fucking miracle for us to meet again anyways.
Well, I've seen stranger things happen in recent months.
You didn't just say that. You didn't just pull the line.
I think Cutemon's trying to comfort and support you.
Also, I'll remove afraid.
I'm sorry?
I'll remove afraid.
You'll remove afraid.
I didn't like mark potential or remove a condition, so.
Okay, so you've removed afraid. So yeah, he's talked you through like the other side. Like, you've hurt somebody and distanced yourself from them because of it, and he's been hurt by somebody and hasn't had closure on that, and now seemingly he's working for the bad guys, and he wants to sort of try and help his old friend kind of regain his senses. It sort of mirrors that of your situation. At least he mirrors it to your situation. You might not feel like it's very similar. But yeah, he's trying to give his perspective on that. I think next we cut to Pablo, who's still on his knees, tears streaming down his face in the middle of a forest.
Just screaming away.
I sure hope Pablo is fine.
I think like the last thing that we saw when you and Tyson were on the screen, Sonia, was you going, "Wait, where's Pablo?"
Just wailing away.
But there's like now like 3 or 4 Bakumon just feasting on his
very family friendly stuff.
Sad guilt that he has about his friend, and the big reason why he distances himself and doesn't help people as best as he thinks he can because he might backfire and hurt them. And they're relishing in it. They look incredibly happy. They're giggling. It's like they're drinking wine and getting a bit tipsy off of it.
I really love this flashback.
It's like watching a movie with your friends. Yeah, exactly. It's like this is the best. I've never tasted anything like this. These flashbacks. They're so devastating. They're so devastating. And then we see like a light shine in the forest, and a club from nowhere just spears one of the Bakumon, and we see the club that hits him is like a staff with a little paw on the end. It smacks through the Bakumon and instantly deletes it.
Wow.
And we hear from the shrubbery, "Okay, you guys have had your fun. Leave this poor boy alone." And like a really old-looking man in a caveman outfit steps out from behind the trees, and the staff sort of boomerangs back into his hand like Thor's hammer would in Marvel movies, and he like slams it down into the ground and is like, "Go on, sure." And like all the Bakumon run away in fear. And he like shuffles over to Pablo and puts a hand on his shoulder. He's like, "It's okay, boy. It's okay. It's all over now. Those mean Bakumon make you see things you don't want to see. They make you relive things you don't want to relive. Trust me, they've done it to me several times."
Do I, like, react? Or am I still in shock?
You can react if you want to.
Oh, so, like, I go, like, who are you?
Hey, I'm an old timer. I'm Digimon. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Pablo.
Pablo, huh? You're a human,
Yep.
yes? I heard pray tell of the Digidestined, and I didn't expect you to be so small.
I mean, yeah, we're small, yeah, I guess.
He, like, kneels down and takes a good look at you, and he's like, "Gosh, you're filthy. Do you not have a bath or anywhere to wash yourselves?"
No.
Well, if you're here alone, you should come with me. There's a village just up ahead, and we have running water and a hot spring you can join. Come on, get yourself cleaned up. He, like, stands up and, like, starts hobbling away with his staff.
Endo episode.
What? Sorry, what?
I mean, this is the bathhouse episode, isn't it?
Are we gonna see Shogun Gekamon again?
Yay! You were mine.
So yeah, do you go with him, Pablo, or do you, like, not trust this old man?
I feel like first, like, Pablo looks back, like the forest, like thinking, maybe I go back and tell them, but he then looks at Digimon and goes with him.
Cool. I think Gazimon's been by your side, and he's been reliving his traumas as well. Just, not as.
Oh fuck! I'm leaving him.
No, I think because he, like, chased off the Ghostmon, not the Ghostmon, the Bakumon. He snapped out of it, and he kind of joins you, and you both head towards the nearby village that Digimon talked about. Meanwhile, Sonia, Taisto, you hear a commotion in the forest nearby. You, like, hear Pablo's voice, and then you stop hearing him, and he's gone.
We probably should see if he's okay.
You see several Bakumon just running through the trees, trying to get away from whatever was over there.
Oh, okay. Maybe Gazimon helped, I guess. Pablo, are you okay? I'm going to run towards him, I guess.
What about you, Taisto?
Taisto is dead. I killed him.
Okay, that's a flop I was expecting.
I always knew Sonia was a murderer.
I mean, the darkness is coming from somewhere.
The deed is done.
But yeah, yeah, I was just I'm basically fixing myself some sandwiches to eat. Sorry about that. A bunch of Pokemon are basically just running away from whatever in the direction of.
Yeah,
okay.
and you notice that as they come out through the trees and, like, head towards Sonia, they literally peel off around her, like they're actively avoiding her, and then, like, meet in the middle and, like, fly straight through you, Taisto.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice, thanks.
See?
And, like, Pillowmon's like, "Yeah, you better run! Yeah! Get out of here!" Like, kicks up some dirt on the ground.
think Taisto wipes the corners of his eyes, and then says, "Well, if the Pokemon are running from or if these Digimon that I do not know the names of are running from something, then I suppose it might be something much more dangerous, and Pablo might be in danger. I guess we get to see how much I screwed up this time again."
Don't say that. We can still see. Go.
Right, let's go. We go.
Cool. So you head through the opening where you left Pablo behind, and you see 2 sets of footprints. Actually, 3 sets of footprints and a staff print walking away into the forest. It looks like Pablo is accompanying someone. It didn't look like he left in a hurry. It looked like he left like calmly. You think it might be best though to gather everybody and make sure he's okay?
I'm sorry, I'm just making fun of people.
Wait, what? Sorry?
I'm just making fun of people for forgetting we have fucking phones on us 4 times.
If only there was a way for us to communicate. Oh yes, I forgot we could communicate through the digivices.
I don't. Who does it?
I've been calling Pablo, but he's on hold. He already has a call.
Oh god.
Before this gets any worse, maybe we should get Kayaki and Zachary from. I assume they were left behind at the campsite.
Yeah, they're still at the campsite.
Yeah. That was in character.
Oh, sorry.
How dare you interrupt my in-character explanation?
I thought it was an out-of-character question.
I can't believe the DM doesn't want us to communicate with each other. Like, Jesus Christ.
Right. But, yeah, so I assume the Zachary and Kagayaki were left at the campsite.
Wait, I know. We have some things. I remember. We have our Digivice things. We used it for scanning, for shining a light, and then we used it one time. I remember we used the Digivice to do something. Phones. Yes, we can use them like phones. That's right.
It's not like Kakiyaki's been doing that the entire episode or anything. It's like how we always forget we have rollerblades until someone mentions it and everyone's like, oh yeah!
I never
Okay,
forget,
alright,
it's not,
we
they're
do.
not always relevant.
You get an incoming call, Kagayaki, from Taisto and Sonia.
Oh, they remember this time around. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so Pablo might be in trouble, so we were thinking that we might be checking it out, but it would probably be better if everybody was going there. Like,
Okay. Let's go, Zach. Nod.
Zachary T-poses menacingly and starts walking through the forest with his arms
There's no
outstretched.
animation, he fucking floats.
No, I think
Menacing.
Zachary gets up from the fire. He's like, "Sure, let's go. We need to find Pablo, Cupon." And Cupon's like, "Yeah, let's go." And they start walking off towards wherever it was that Taisto stormed off.
Wait, are you telling me that Zachary's actually going in the same direction as the rest of the gang?
That's impossible.
Is he?
By
What has he
the
done for
powers
Zachary?
by the powers vested in me, Zachary is with the group.
You see, T-posing Zach is a step above. He lives in his own dimension. It's a higher being.
Yeah, so you eventually group up in the forest and start following Pablo's tracks. Pablo, you've actually made it to the village already. You come upon a clearing in the forest where they've like tied off a whole bunch of the wires from the trees with the earbuds and sort of fashioned it into sort of various like communication lines between different poles. They have a tap installed that it's like a giant tap, like much bigger than a human-sized tap. It's seemingly come out of nowhere, and they've fixtured into their village, and it's like got hot running water. There's like a little like waterfall thing that they've created that looks like a hot spring. that sort of runs around like a moat around the whole village. The village itself is made up of giant household appliances. There is a massive,
Oh, that's hilarious.
there is a massive fridge buried in the ground.
Again.
And there is a blender buried somewhere with like a
Sounds
little
like
door
fun.
with like a little door on the front that you can enter through. There's an oven attached to that blender that's like been melded together somehow. And Digimon ushers you inside an upside down cardboard box with a can on top of it.
This is quite the place. I guess.
It's like, come inside, come
If
inside.
I'm-
You must be exhausted. It's the middle of the night. I'll make you a bed.
Beware, filthy.
Thank you. Thank you, I suppose.
And you enter the cardboard box, which is deceptively bigger on the inside.
Oh, that's great.
And on the inside, there's this really nice, cozy home. It has like a fireplace with even like a brick. It's like a brick mantelpiece around it, with hot coals inside, burning away, keeping everything nice and toasty. There's a whole bunch of Digitama sat around the front of the fire. There's some Ureimon, there's some Tanamon, there's a couple of Botamon, all sat around the front of the fire, keeping warm. They're all wrapped in these little disheveled, falling to bits blankets, keeping warm.
Oh, so cute. That's really cute.
And there's like some hot, steamy cocoa in front of each one of them.
Of course. Digicoco.
And you see that the place is a lot nicer than you initially thought from the outside.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah.
And
Cardboard box, after all.
Digimon says, "Now wait here, I'll go upstairs and I'll grab you a futon." And he like climbs incredibly painful. It looks incredibly painful as he tries to climb his ladder up towards the top of the box and into the can. And
Into the cat.
he's like climbing it. He's like, ah, 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 my back isn't what it used to be. Ah. And he like climbs up really anxiously, almost falling off the ladder at the top. And he slides back down it with the youth of a gazelle, and hands you a rolled up futon to sleep on for the night. He says, "You're free to stay here as long as you need. Are you here alone? It's dangerous to travel at night in this place."
Right, I have friends.
Of course you do. We all have friends.
At this point, Pablo notices that his device has been going off like non-stop.
What's that noise? And you just hear like in the background. I'm hearing things in my old age. Anyway, here's some hot cocoa, and he like reaches behind him and grabs a mug off the side. And you hear like a Ureimon yell out, "Hey, that was mine!" And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, young one. I'll make you a new one, Pablo. I'm sorry. I'm going senile in my old age." And he like reclimbs the ladder painstakingly while your digivice is going off. Do you answer it?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Cool. So you push the middle button on your digivice, and everyone's face appears on the screen. Everyone else, all you hear is you see Pablo's face pop up. But then all you hear in the background is
Welcome to
my back!
really
I
funny.
think I broke my back.
What the fuck is going on?
What?
This is
what are you-
hilarious. Hey guys.
What are you?
What are you doing?
A Digimon found me and took me to his
Are you
village.
in danger?
No.
Is Gazimon with you?
No, he isn't. I don't know where he is.
No,
What?
Gazimon is with you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I couldn't tell.
Why did you call
That's
us?
me, no. No, I didn't mean it like that. But you know.
I'll hide with the other
Okay, so-
Gazimon again. I swear.
Okay, yeah, no, I am with the Gazimon.
Yeah, he's already sat down in front of the fire, like wrapped in a blanket. Like, I can get used to this.
You were standing in front of
Poor
a
guy.
fire.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
So, where are you exactly? What happened? What do we need to help you?
I'm fine. I came here from the forest.
Okay.
Not exactly sure where or what direction, but you know, somewhere.
Well, you left footprints, so...
Yeah, you guys can follow me, but I'm fine. Don't worry.
You hear a behind you, Pablo, as Digimon
Oh.
slides down the ladder, and he hands you a hot cocoa. He's like, "Watch that weird device, you young ones and all your gadgets."
Oh,
He like
gross.
leans his face into the hologram that's popping out of it, and he's like, "Hello, hello."
Hi!
He's one ugly Digimon.
Oh, fuck.
Excuse me. What did you say?
We were saying.
You young
nice.
children and all your euphemistic phasma talk. I don't know what. What is
Yes, he's
this?
just
What is this
holding the
strange
temple of his
appliance?
nose.
You kids always have your face buried in some kind of gadgetry.
Oh my god.
Excuse him, please. He's cool.
Oh, well, so he's all yours if you want to talk. I'm done.
Well, we're following you, so we should be here any moment now.
Yeah, hopefully.
Pablo, I sure wish you told me we were having more guests. I could have grabbed the futons while I was up there. Here we go again.
What, Digimon?
Is he okay? What the hell is he doing?
No, he's not. I don't know either. Just let him be. He's neat. He's not evil, at least.
Are you
Because he
sure?
was-
I mean,
Yeah.
he did grab a child off the middle of the forest and take it to his
Yeah.
house.
But hear me out. There's hot cocoa, so.
Oh, well, Sonia is right there.
So you're saying that when you
She
use
just
his
teleports.
teleportation, teleports him?
You hear like Pillowmon in behind the Digivice, like in the distance, go, "Hey Sonia, what's hot cocoa? It sounds fun."
It is. It's a good drink. That's super sweet and warm, and you can drink it when you want to go to sleep, when you wake up, or when you just want hot cocoa. Or
That sounds like my favorite drink.
it sure will be.
I feel like hot cocoa made from that guy would probably be more bitter than. But
Yeah.
okay, you can hope.
We'll see.
But it's hot cocoa, though. How can you doubt hot cocoa?
I mean, it doesn't matter if it's bitter or sweet. You guys probably haven't tasted anything nearly as human-like in a very long time if you were to drink it.
Ah,
Yeah,
fair
it's
enough.
basically just eating ground meat, mushrooms, and some fish. That's it.
Yeah, and then seawater that you filtered.
My favorite.
Yes, you guys eventually make it to the village after following the tracks. And like before, you come upon this strange appliance-made city that's just covered in giant human appliances of various kinds. Name an appliance and it's probably there. Name a utensil and it's probably being used as some kind of like lamp post or some kind of watchtower or something. I think
Well, I'll be damned.
it looks like a fully functioning city, though. You see like a hot spring in the distance, with, like a stream of water trickling down from it that like is a moat around the city. There's like a bridge across that moat that's like made of strapped together motherboards.
Oh my god.
And if you look closer, you can probably see some amphibian Digimon sleeping at the bottom of the river.
I'll...
But damn, there's an actual city that's hidden in here.
Wow.
wish we'd known that before. But whatever.
It looks more like a kitchen than a city, but yeah.
Alright, so first we find Pablo. Let's see.
Yes.
Cool. So
It's
you
We find hot cocoa first. I agree.
you enter the cardboard box, and deceptively as before, it's bigger on the inside, and you see like a fully functioning house inside with a hot fire and lots of Digimon around the fire with their own cocos. You see Pablo is already wrapped up in a blanket, drinking some chocolate, and eating
Having
some.
a time of my fucking life.
Like there's like an old-fashioned like 80s TV playing something in black and white that looks old-fashioned and like some kind of rom-com or something.
Look, racism TV, very 80s.
And you see an old man bending over and hurting his back, trying to set up 4 more futons.
I'll help.
So what did you say?
I said with the side that I'll help.
He thanks you gratefully. He's like, oh, young people never have manners like you anymore. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have more people like you. What's your name, young man?
Karayaki! And inside my head I'm like, if you think that I'm the kind one here, oh boy.
He like he straightens his back, and you hear it like crack several times as he does so. And he like stands up straight. He like holds out her hands and he says, "It's nice to meet you, Kageyaki. I'm Digimon. I'm the town elder of this here village." And he wipes his nose on his sleeve. He's like, "You guys must be exhausted." And he like turns around and sees that you have Digimon with you, and he's like, "I should have known you would have had Digimon with you.
Well, yes.
Just a moment." And he goes back to the ladder and painstakingly climbs it again, and brings down more futons for the Digimon.
Okay, at this point I'm just like, okay, yeah. Is there enough room inside his hut to like build him something better than that ladder?
Yeah,
Preferably stairs.
it's deceptively bigger on the inside, and up the stairs there's like a giant storage room with like tons of different things that he's collected that might be useful to passers-by or citizens of the town. He looks like a very competent town leader despite his age. So you can like tinker upstairs inside the can, which also doubles as the toilet, because can puns.
Okay, I ask him if he wants me to make him some stairs then, because that's just
you want
painful to listen to.
I hope you mean you want to make him one of those granny elevators that they use to
Yeah.
like sit and it just scoots them up the staircases when they can't even walk the stairs.
I'm honestly not positive I can. I should
mean,
be able to like,
There's
Sure,
enough.
you're a genius.
there
Aren't
is-
you a genius?
There is enough technology here that you could probably do that. To be honest.
in that case I just do that.
Cool. I think
Alright.
he thanks you graciously. He's like, "You don't have to do that for an old timer like me. You're my guest. You sit down and you relax." And you're like, "Oh, I'm most relaxed while tinkering."
Look, I'm going to be honest, hearing you going up that ladder is painful to me. I'd rather
Painful
not.
to you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's painful to me too, kiddo. Trust me.
Oh, I can tell.
But it's worth
You
it.
okay?
And his face goes very serious, and he's like, "But it's worth it for the future of the digital world. Look at all these kids. They're gonna grow up into fine young Digimon, I reckon." And he like motions at the in-training Digimon by the campfire. Not the campfire, the fireplace, sorry.
At that point I just sigh and start building the stairs.
So you're taking care of little babies? How did they get here? Like, you find them?
We take in all kinds of Digimon here. Anyone who's lost their way. Anyone who wants a safe haven from the forest and those nasty Bakumon. And even refugees from the Dark Zone. Even they sometimes appear here, despite being troublemakers, those young scallywags.
Those young scallywags.
They often end up becoming violent youths and heading off into the forest to make their own way, but at least they're safe here while they're young. They call me their grandfather, after all.
You're the grandfather.
I take pride in treating all these Digimon as my grandchildren. And you can be my honorary grandchildren too while you're here if you like. I'll look after you best I can.
Really? Wow.
Oh boy.
I've
Oh boy.
never had a grandparent
Oh boy,
before.
indeed.
Well, that was the wrong words to say to Sonia, I imagine.
Yeah, she's an orphan.
For the record, Kayak is just switched off and not listening to anything at this point.
Yeah, we hear lots of whirring as you found the power drill up there.
Feels very much like home. Like, where do you come? She's going to see the little ones. Where do you come from? Do you like it here? Or like it with your grandpa?
Yurimon's just like, of course I like it here. We have rocking chairs and we have old-fashioned music and I get to talk to Digimon about the past life when he was in the wars. His stories are so fascinating and like you can tell that this Yurimon, despite being like literally like less than a year old, he sounds like he carries himself like an older man. He seems a bit wiser even though he's very young.
Even has a mustache.
And you see like a Botamon type up next to him and he's like, yeah, and we have all the chocolate we can want. And he like chugs down his chocolate and like slams it down next to him with invisible hands that he doesn't have. And he's like, Grandpa, another one. And he's like, oh, calm your horses. I'm trying to set up the newcomers. Get one of the older children to help you.
Can help. What do you want?
Chocolate, yeah! You can
Yeah.
tell the Botamon are very childish.
Come on, Pilomon, we're going to help them.
No.
That's how we did it back in my place.
He turns to Taisto, his Digimon, and he's like, now, you look like a young man who's very active and gets up early in the morning. Might I recommend...
Pablo. I wanted to talk to Pablo.
Oh, you wanted to talk to Pablo? Sorry, my bad. You go to Pablo first.
It's
then.
fine. That's fine. Just end the thing with don't rush the scene with Sonia on my account, please.
Okay, sure, never mind. So Sonia, the in-training Digimon, they seem incredibly happy with you getting them more hot chocolate. There's actually a working kettle in here, and a fridge with like lots of chocolate stacked up in it, like literal chocolate bars. And milk in the side. I don't think you've seen like candy bars in a very, very long time. And perhaps this reminds you of your time in the orphanage, where you were the big sister to all the young children there. Do you want to maybe have like a flashback to a happier time in your backstory when you were a big sister to all the other children? Like maybe some of these Digimon remind you of the children that you used to look after.
Well, sure, yes, but she's very happy to be the one to have found this place because indeed it's really similar to how it was back at the orphanage, when everyone was together and everyone was doing their best despite the circumstances. And she's reminded of all the times she had to split up the little ones from fighting each other over who could get the last the dessert first, the candy bars and stuff. and they kept asking for more than they should be allowed, but they're like, no, kids, you have had your ration for today. If you eat it now, you won't have any later, you know. And trying to keep up the peace, like even with the caretakers being happy for the kids and all that. It's like, why would you want to? It's just really a nice little word. Why would you want to throw it away? But and she will be really really happy for those little ones that they seem to really like their makeshift family. Like, yeah, those kids get it. Like, but you said that there were some that just left in the forest, right?
Yeah, some of them left of their own accord.
She will wonder about that. Like, hey, those Digimon that left in the forest, do you know why? Or why they left exactly? I don't really get why they would go. This seems like a lovely place.
They were drawn away by something, Digimon says as he sits down in his rocking chair by the fire and puts a blanket over his lap.
Of course.
He sort of gazes into the fire, lost in thought. Just one day, they were happy and young and full of energy, as young ones always are. And then one day, their eyes glazed over, they seemed a lot more serious and said they have to leave, that destiny is calling to them, and the dark force pulled them away. I'm too old to go after them. I'm not sure what became of them, I'm afraid. But something deep in the forest called to them, and, well, who am I to stop them from exploring the world on their own once they grow up?
That's not... I don't get it.
I bet we all wish they could stay here forever, am I right?
Well, yes, but maybe if you said there's a weird force, maybe there's some bad guys, right? I guess that's the explanation. If there's a bad guy, we will need to take care of it at some point. We're here to help, after all. I don't like that those little kids are being whisked away.
I don't know about a bad guy. I don't think any would go anywhere near this village when I'm here. And you see him like cough up some blood into a handkerchief.
Oh,
They have blood?
oh! Well, that
Children!
escalated.
It's like
Holy
it's like
fuck.
it's not like actual blood. It's like blood that like it's data and starts to disintegrate away almost as soon as it arrives.
But
You
it's still
okay?
like it's lifeblood, basically.
And you see, as he does this, these black veins come up the side of his face and like shock him a little bit, and then they go back down. And like,
Can I use my scanner to see if there's anything wrong with it with him? The Digivice scanner, I guess.
You scan him, and
Yes.
you see that there is a curse that has been placed upon him. It seems to have come from a very, very dark Digimon, and it's slowly killing Digimon.
Oh my, that's awful. Can we do something about this? Can Cutemon heal curses? Right, Mistymon, you can deal with sorcery, right? Can deal with curses, I think.
Oh, don't worry about me, Sonia. I've lived with this curse a long time now.
Well, how did it happen?
It was back in the war, you see. My memory's not quite as good as it used to be. We fought we fought a very dark enemy. He was like a giant centaur demon thing.
Ah,
We managed to seal the beast away, but it fired its last energy beam and cursed us all to die. I'm the only living survivor. It deteriorated me into this aged and decrepit form. I'm not what I once was, Sonia, but I'm alive, and that's what matters. I can look after the digital world and these children, most importantly, and secure a future for us all. Isn't that what life's all about?
yes,
He says
but
with a smile.
this is hurting you. We can't let this be. Well, I'll ask for Taisto's help. He will know what to do. But
Speaking of Taisto,
Whoop.
speaking of Taisto, let's see. Just cutting away for a moment so we can insert a scene in the middle before we deal
Yes.
with that.
transition.
Transition, woo!
Just panel slide transition.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 2 meters away.
The camera just pans.
Are you okay? Taisto asks from Pablo.
What? What?
Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. I think
Was,
so.
Pretty lucky that Digimon was there to help you out, I assume.
Yeah, I was.
Do you encounter the no? Sorry, did I not?
We heard.
Did you hear me?
I heard.
Sorry, what?
Yes, sorry. Taisto asked, did you encounter the you know,
Big one? The evil guys? Or what?
yeah, then them.
Are you talking? Because, like, it cuts off. I don't know if you're talking or not.
Jesus Christ!
I told you the
Bingo!
mic wasn't doing good.
I cannot be quiet. Let's see.
Don't be quiet, you dumbass.
But I need to be. It establishes atmosphere. Let's see. Let's
Stuff
try
the
this.
microphone in your mouth.
But your mic doesn't work good. Come
Yes.
on.
All right. So Taisto said, yes, them.
Yeah. I encountered them.
And did you see something?
Yeah, I did.
Wanna talk about it?
I'm not sure.
Okay then. Oh, forget about it. I'm sure it's all fine. Coco. How's Coco?
Yeah,
Where did you get?
Coco. Whee, yeah.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah,
also
move on to
have a
that
burning
next
house? No, what?
You like see the cup of hot cocoa, and your mind goes back to that letterbox that said cocoa.
Oh, Jesus. Didn't even like that. That's not how the language works, but fair enough.
I'm
Fair
joking.
enough.
I'm making a pun.
All right,
So he has a
Coco.
Pokemon, right? Write it down, write it.
But yeah, there was something that needed Daisto's immediate attention. Was there?
It wasn't anything urgent. I was just role playing Digimon and how he would be with you. He would he immediately sees that you're quite a fit young man who's quite muscular because you're always swinging from trees and climbing and going exploring and whatnot. and he thinks that's the type of person that gets up at 6 in the morning, like me. And he recommends.
Who the heck sleeps in until 6 in the morning?
And I recommend when you wake up early, to go over to the giant oven. It's Maramon's house. He likes to cook pancakes on a morning and feed the village. And well, first come, first serve, as I like to say, as I eat a massive stack of pancakes every day.
That's why you're dying.
Got to enjoy them while I can.
Okay?
Pardon, sorry?
Are you okay? You look to be pretty banged up.
As I told Sonia, I've been struggling with this for a very long time now, and I've come to accept my fate. I'm using my remaining time to help those I can. But
Insensitive of you, Taisto.
He's cursed.
Shaking my head.
now that you children are here, the Digidestined, I'm sure the world is in good hands, even if I were to disappear.
Don't say that.
I
Taisto,
don't know why
can't
it's
you
getting
ask
so
Misty
bad
Mon?
today.
Can't you ask Misty Mon for help? I believe he can remove curses, right?
Digimon goes,
not-
Mistymon? Did you say Mistymon? He leans over towards you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a Mistymon in, gosh, it must be years now. He
Not you as well. Not
he
you too.
he thinks back. He's like, but enough of backstories and my illness. I'm sure you children have much to discuss as the Digidestined and don't need an old timer like me poking his nose in it. I'm going to bed. I don't know why my cough's getting a lot worse.
Taisto?
You notice that as Digimon passes Sonia to go to bed, the curse erupts around him again, and he coughs even worse and falls to his knees. And Pilomon is glowing in this dark energy.
Well, we'll find. We'll be
What's
okay.
going on?
We're just going. Taisto, ask Mistymon to help remove the curse from Digimon. He can do that, right? And I'm just going to go take some fresh air. Right, Pilomon? We're just gonna stretch a little bit after all this hot cocoa. Yes.
Daisto shoots an alarmed glance at Ghostmon. Not sure what to really do, because Daisto doesn't really feel like evolving into Mistymon at the moment.
My fucking God.
I mean, it's literally I cannot evolve to Mistymon at the moment.
Yeah, to digivolve into Mistymon, you have to show extreme courage, and this
Yeah.
is a situation where you can really do that.
I need to embody the traits of my crest, and I can't do that in this situation.
As
So
Sonia,
we're just going to leave the old man to die. It's fine.
as Sonia rushes off with Pilomon, you notice the curse starts to deteriorate, and he starts to regain his composure. He's panting heavily and bent over on the floor. What would you like
Okay,
to do?
so I have a stupid idea that's a bit of a reach.
Okay.
So I have my moment of truth unlocked, right? Okay. So, for this to work, I am willing to change what my planned evolution to perfect is, since even though none of it should realistically be able to do the thing, one of the two is more logically able to do so. So, can I try to use magic myself to fix him up? unlock my moment of truth via doing so while a problem pops up and I don't give that up, and have my perfect partner be able to use Digicode as well.
I think you could definitely aid Digimon. I don't think you could remove the curse entirely. It was put on him by a mega level Digimon. But you could definitely do something that will help ease his symptoms and slow down the curse even more than it's being slowed down by his energies. I'm not sure how would you manifest that into a moment of truth. Do you want to describe it if you are going to do that?
Frantically going through the code and making changes to it IRL as more problems show up, basically, since it should be far out of my reach.
So you're literally like modifying Digimon's code himself?
It's more so the code of the curse that is something that's well beyond my current abilities, but via not giving up and pushing through, it activates my crest or something.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you work tirelessly through the night. We have like a montage of Kageyaki like using his visor to study the digicode, and he's like scrolling through all the bits of code and whatnot, and his digivice softly glows a deep purple as he does so. And it seemingly fuels his mind with the knowledge he needs to delay the curse. Like morning breaks out, and he like wipes sweat from his brow, and the curse is halted for now. Is there anything else you'd like to add to that, considering it's your moment of truth if you are using it now?
The idea was to, instead of evolving into Dorguremon, since I honestly can't see it being able to code. Like, if you're still allowed to, then sure. I'd go into Matadormon instead.
Matadormon?
Yeah.
Sure.
And
yeah,
have that one be able to code.
Okay, that's fine. So, do you want to just describe how Matadormon helps them? So you're trying your hardest to fix the code, and everything you're trying isn't working, and the code's failing, and then suddenly your digivice glows, fills you with knowledge, and Sanglutmon evolves into Matadormon.
So...
Wait, what happened? I was gone
and
for a
let
bit.
me just play...
What happened in this time? I was gone.
I want to play...
We're getting a moment of truth.
That one?
Oh, fuck! That's important.
Okay.
The music.
So I'm frantically going through the code. Problems keep popping up in real time. By the time I solve two more have popped up. I'm not even wasting the time to wipe away the sweat, because I keep just frantically swiping through and doing that and this and control all and shift control and shift. At that point, my digivice begins to glow. It fills me with knowledge. With it, Sanglutmon begins to change his shape, turning bipedal and into Matadormon, who, thanks to unlocking a further part of his past life abilities, is able to give me that nudge I need and the second pair of hands working on the code alongside me, hands that are far more able to do so. And even though we don't manage to outright save him, he is basically as he was a few years back.
Yeah, you've reset the curse, so it's like back to how it was when you first received the curse. And so long as he continues to get treatment from your Matadormon, he will be okay, essentially. And you, as you finish up with the code, and you have this awesome montage of you like swiping through computer code and typing things out, and having Matadormon help you and move twice as fast because you've got twice as many hands and whatnot. We see Digimon finally no longer seem in pain. His back no longer seems to ache. I think he jolts awake, looks at his alarm clock that's like across the room on the side, and it says 10 a.m. on it, and he's like, "Ah, I overslept!" And he like leaps up like you've never seen an old man leap up before, and he's like, "Ah, I don't ache. What's?" He like looks up and sees Matadormon and Kageaki standing next to him, and he's like, What did you do?"
Something way too fucking reckless. Jesus Christ, never again. Oh, thank God it worked. Okay.
I feel 20 years younger.
That's basically it, yeah. Oh, we pushed back the curse as much as we could.
You saved some of my life.
That's the way to put it.
I don't know how I can ever repay you. I'll do everything in my power to help you, Digidestin, from now on. He like breaks out into like old man tears and like drops to his knees in front of you, and he's like, thank you for saving this old man's life. Thank you. If there's anything I can do, anything at all, just you let me know. I feel so powerful again. I could go after the children that left in the forest. I can save everyone. He looks so relieved and like elated to be youngish again. I want to say youngish because he's still a Digimon, but
Okay. At that point, Kagayaki looks at him and falls asleep. he just plops to the ground.
That's great. I love that.
I think Digimon catches you with his newfound strength, because he is an idol Digimon after all, and sets you down gently in a futon and wraps you up warm. I think Matadormon also de-digivolves back down into Doremon and collapses alongside you, and he wraps you both up together. And he heads out to Meramon's pancake shop, and he realizes that once he's gotten there are no pancakes left because it's 10 a.m. and all of the young kids have gotten up and eaten all of his pancakes, and assumedly Taisto's already been there eating all the pancakes too.
No. Taisto is of course there, but he hasn't eaten all the pancakes because Taisto is actually the nice one. So he set aside pancakes for Digimon, knowing that he's not there, and worrying that he was talking about waking up 6 a.m. Where's he been for the last 4 hours?
So you see Digimon burst through the door, skipping and jumping around like an old man has never done before.
Yeah.
He's like whistling a tune under his breath. He's like dancing around his cane like he's in some kind of musical. He like hugs all of the people eating their food in the cafeteria as he walks past them, and like he's got a real strut in his step, and he like plonks his butt down next to you and is like, Taisto, I am so sorry that I'm late. I had an appointment with your doctor friend, Kagayaki. He's made me feel better than I've ever felt in my life.
My what friend, Kagayaki?
He's obviously some kind of doctor to make me feel this good. And he like scoffs down the pancakes.
know that to be false. For certain. Yes. He saved some pancakes for you, old man.
He's already scoffed them. They're already in his mouth.
And they're gone. You seem to be on in good spirits.
Of course I am. Yeah, I haven't. Boom. He like grabs a jug of milk and just starts chugging it. I've not felt this spry in years. Now I can actually defend this place adequately again, and actually go after the Digimon that leave, and in that mystic dawn trance, I can save my children. I feel excellent, Taisto.
Did you say Mystic Trance?
Yes. As I was telling Sonia last night, my children from the dark area tend to reach a certain age and go off on their own. But it seems the dark power sort of entrances them and draws them in. I know not where they go, they just enter the forest and disappear.
I have a friend. I have a friend who's gotten entranced before. Do you think they might be related?
They potentially could be. I wouldn't know. I'd have to see it firsthand.
So you're saying that if we go and take care of whatever this entrancing business is, we could save my friend?
Of course. He says, and literally at that moment, a Digimon walks through the door. He is red skinned. He looks like a little devil with a massive nose and a big pot belly.
Oh
God.
Oh, fuck.
And he
That's a pretty one.
He storms over to Digimon and is like, Digimon, I don't need you anymore. I'm going off to seek power on my own. I need it so I can beat and avenge the one that I followed. He has this wiped look across his face where his eyes are very just glazed, and it's like words are just coming out of his mouth that he seems like something's forcing him to say that. His dark desires surfacing, and Digimon says, "Oh no, it's happening again. No, not you, Pokemon. No, you were so cheerful when you came here. You wanted to help the village and train to avenge your master, and I was going to show you my fighting techniques." And he was like, "You're an old man. You can't show me anything. I need to go off and get the power on my own." And he like turns around, and you see this, like, your Digivice begins to glow, Taisto, and you see this, like, in the glowing energy of your Digivice, this dark energy sort of pulling him away, and he starts to like walk out of the door and into the forest.
No, he must also be entranced. We need to stop him. He's going away.
I am currently asleep.
You and Zachary too, apparently.
I spent the entire night up, frantically coding. I won't be waking up anytime soon.
Sonia, you and Pablo, you're already up as well. It's 10 a.m. What are you two doing?
Question, what are we doing, Sonia?
Well, Sonia is going to keep her distance from Digimon and the others after what happened last night, because she doesn't like when that dark, misty energy happens. She kind of has an inkling of where it comes from, and so she feels like she can't get too close to them, so she probably wouldn't know what was going on unless it was really, really loud. But
yeah, so yeah, you're keeping
That's
your
fair.
distance. Are you with Pablo, or are you somewhere else, Pablo?
So, let me think here. So, Pablo Cabo, I think the first thing he does is go get chocolate. And it's important to eat sugar, okay? Does chocolate even have sugar? I don't fucking know. I just want chocolate.
It's full of sugar.
Good, good. I have an excuse then.
So you and Gazimon are stuffing your face with chocolate, and he's like, "Oh my god, I've never
Yeah.
tasted anything so good. You said this was human food?
I know, right?
Holy cow! I'm gonna have to come to your world sometime."
Ah, delicious.
Galaxy bars are amazing.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like then.
Which chocolate's
Maybe
your
Pablo
favorite,
Grande.
Pablo?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love chocolate. I mean, Pablo loves chocolate. I feel like maybe right after that. Sorry, like Pablo glanced at Sonia, who is keeping her distance between Digimon, right? And asks like, "What's up?"
Oh, nothing. We're fine. Just taking
Uh-huh.
a stroll. Why
Sure.
aren't you eating with the others? You're not as pancakes.
Sorry, what do you say, sorry?
Why aren't you eating with the others? You know, there's pancakes and stuff.
Yeah, but chocolate.
Oh. Well, has Gazimon tried pancakes yet? Because if you think chocolate is good, oh boy.
I don't think so, but I guess we can go try. I mean, I guess Gazimon can go try.
I think Gazimon, literally at you saying that, runs up to you, Sonia, and grabs you by like the cuff of your shirt, and he's like, "Wait, you're telling me there's better food than chocolate? Why aren't we eating it?"
Well, let's go then, right, Pablo? Choo-choo.
Yeah, I feel like Pablo follows them, but then ends up staying in here because Pablo's still in shock from what happened the other day.
So Gazimon goes on ahead, and you let him have pancakes, but you stay behind, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Cool. So you sit down with Sonia, I guess, and Pillowmon, who are keeping their distance.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
You sure you don't want to go? Why are you staying?
I don't know. I'm just not in the mood, I guess.
Are you okay? You seem to be down since yesterday. Like
I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
well, you don't seem fine. You know, Taisto was pretty shaken up after what the ghosts, the monsters did.
I'm fine. Trust me. Just go.
You're really sure? Because
Yes. Don't worry about me, please.
well, oh, what do we do to this boy?
I am snoring. If that helps.
It's
I'm
frustrating because
snoring.
if Zachary was here, he's probably the one person Pablo would open up to.
What a shame!
Oh, somebody's T-posing.
Oh,
Too
yes,
busy
so what is saying?
Well, I get that you don't want to talk about everything. I have things I don't want to talk about too, and Taisto doesn't. But we probably should still go back with the others. You know, just sitting all alone probably won't help. You know, it's good to be in the middle of laughter and fun times. And you don't want to miss Gazimon stuffing his face with pancakes.
I guess you're right, Sonia. Let's go.
Yeah. And Sonia will follow, but at a reasonable distance.
Can we immediately cut to Taisto being extremely confrontational with Boogeyman?
Sure.
That would be fucking hilarious. Yeah.
You guys head towards Meramon's pancakery, and literally Boogeyman bursts out of the door, and he's followed by Taisto and Digimon.
You need to stop right now. You can't go anywhere.
What do you mean, can't? I already am. I have to make my own way in this world. Ever since I met you guys, I've been on a journey. I've grown, but I can't grow anymore if I stay here.
What do you mean met us? We know each other?
In general, I guess. The others.
You forgot me already? He looks
Huh?
pretty hurt. He looks pretty
Oh.
hurt by that.
I see who that is. I won't say who that is, but I see.
I know who that is.
I do know who that is.
He looks reasonably hurt, but you don't recognize him. And I think like as Pablo approaches, Gazimon bursts out and goes, "Whoa! Patimamon, you got huge! Look at that belly!" And he like slaps his belly.
Oh, wow.
Mamon?
That's
Spoiler!
Oh, that's hilarious. Just a little slap.
Wait, you're Patimamon?
In the flesh, I digivolved into a Boogimon and got way stronger so that I could avenge Ogamon.
That's uncomfortable.
About that actually. About that actually.
yeah, avenged
About
himself,
that.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna become the strongest Digimon there is, and then no one can beat me, and I will live in his memory.
Oh.
Why should I listen to you, the people that took his life?
That's kind of sweet and kind of sad.
There are some details to this story that you may not be privy to, but I'm not going to explain them to you because it creates more drama.
That's in character, by the way.
Uh,
Half in character. Half in character. Let's see. What are you on about? You're clearly under some kind of a dark hypnotism.
This isn't hypnotism. This is power. Oh, I can feel it, Taisto. I can feel it in my bones. I have to go. I have
Keramon,
to.
is that you?
I have to take it. I have to take the power. I have to reclaim what's mine, Taisto. And he like starts scratching his skin, and he's like, "I have to go, Taisto. I have to go now." And he like starts to plod away towards the forest. And like as he passes you both, Sonia and Pablo, the darkness sort of leeches onto Pilomon, and Pilomon just her eyes glaze over, and she's like, I have to go too. And she starts floating away towards the forest.
You come back! No!
Power.
Oh.
So much power.
Pilomon,
Power to
don't-
save friends.
Ghostmon, Digimon, you need to stop them. We can't let them go into the forest.
Kageyaki's dreaming of puppies. So he starts plodding off towards the forest, and Digimon puts a staff in front of him and is like, now, I don't want to hold you here against your will, but it seems like you're being controlled or something. And Boogimon just goes, I'm not being... Sorry, that's Digimon's voice.
same voice. Digimon with
I'm
both
not
of them.
being controlled, old man.
So
I'm not being controlled, old man. I'm more myself than I ever was before. I feel like I'm reclaiming something I should have always had. A birthright. It's mine. You can't stop me from leaving. I'm not here as a prisoner. And like when Digimon hears the word prisoner, he's like, no, I didn't want to. No, and he's like starts stuttering and hesitating. And Boogimon's like, and that's what I thought. And he starts like shaking his head, and
What?
he
What
walks
is that?
off towards the forest. Pilomon floating overhead behind him. What do you guys do?
I'll follow Pilomon. I don't care about the others.
Pilomon, of course.
I mean, since Digimon is apparently unable to stop these two from being stupid, I guess
Ow.
we'll have to do it ourselves.
You guys do that. I'm sorry, I shut up.
With Pilomon, like,
There we go. So,
oh, the
time to
song.
go. Time to fucking go. Ghost
Yay.
Volleyball 2. Okay, I forgot that this bit takes a while. Flame Wizardmon.
No, miss. Okay, right.
And then we go into entering battle. Time to fucking stop them.
Okay, wow, so you're gonna attack Boogimon.
Oh yeah.
For trying to leave.
Yes.
Cool, what do you do?
I think Flame Wizardmon like does a flip and just jumps in front of Boogeyman and holds up his matchstick staff towards him, saying that no more, not another step. And as Boogeyman obviously is not going to obey him, Flame Wizardman is gonna blast him back with a fireball to throw him back into the village and stop him from leaving.
Cool. Could you roll to unleash your powers?
Oh crap. If I just say that it's a 12, will you believe me?
It will hear a dice roll.
He actually rolled a 24, so.
So like it's like I do this and say it's a 10.
Okay. 3.
Yeah,
I
so
thought
you-
you rolled a 12.
You throw a fireball at Boogeyman, and his skin seems to absorb the heat,
Oh, no.
and it glows bright red on his runes, on his
Oh,
belly.
no.
And he's like, oh, that felt weird. He like turns around and he's like, listen, I don't want to fight you yet. I aren't ready. I still need to get stronger to be at my full potential. Why are you stopping me from leaving? I just want to be strong, okay? He like starts to cry and he's like, I just want to be better. I want to be the strongest. I want to be someone Gazimon can look up to and idolize.
Oh, fuck!
And he throws his pitchfork at Flawizardmon and pins him into a nearby refrigerator. Why are you trying to stand in my way? I just want to avenge the person I looked up to most by living out their aspirations. Is that so much to ask? Is that so much to bear?
You're being controlled by some dark emotion. Which is certainly not what's happening to us right now. But you can't go like this. You're not acting as yourself.
Believe me, Taisto, I feel more myself than I ever have done. Something feels right about going this way. I feel powerful when I walk in this direction, Taisto. You wouldn't understand. You don't know the feeling. Gazimon, you understand, right? He like turns to Gazimon and like tries to reason with him. He's like, we were friends. You know that being the strongest is all that matters, right? We always idolize the strong Digimon, and I want to be somebody that people like us can idolize and follow and be excited about. I want to be strong. Don't you?
Okay, wait. So I think before Gazimon responds, Pablo gets in the middle of the two, right?
Okay.
And how can I say? Give me a second. I had an idea and then I lost it. Fuck. Okay, so like Pablo stands in with them. Cuts like the visual and then like holy shit, how do I say this? I'm sorry. I know that being powerful is great, but if you harm others, then there's no point.
But I wasn't harming anybody. I was trying to leave. He threw a fireball at me. If anything, you guys are trying to harm me. And he like tries to play victim.
Oh, you fucker.
I mean, we did attack first. But it's no reason to take Pillarman with you. Pillarman, come back. Is this really what you want?
Pillarman's still floating off. He's even further ahead. He's entering the forest at this point.
Yeah, Sonia's gonna go after her. Pillarman,
It's like,
hey, listen to me.
if you go there, you'll end up harming people. Boogeyman. That's such a dumb name. Petit Mammon.
You don't know that, Pablo. You don't know what's in that forest. could be a good thing for all you know. So many people have left this village and not come back. It's obviously because they found something there that's not worth leaving for.
Because they couldn't leave anymore.
Or maybe they didn't want to. Maybe they didn't want to come back to this stinky town where everything's the same and no one ever gets stronger. Have you ever wondered why there's so many baby Digimon here? They don't experience anything new. They don't evolve.
You evolved. How did you evolve if not with the
Evolve.
help of...
You try fighting off a ton of Dokugumon as a Petitmamon. It was hard work. I trained hard to be Boogimon. I trained hard to claim my right to be a strong Digimon. These people, they took me in and gave me food and shelter, but they're stagnant. They don't grow. None of them have...
You think leaving for the dark area is better? Can't you see that you're being controlled? You're being pulled towards the dark area because you have
Digimon puts a hand on your shoulder and he's like, "No, Daisto, the dark area is in that direction." And he like points like left, and he's like, "They must be being drawn to something else. I fear there's something in the forest tainting them."
Wonder what it
I'm
could
not
be.
being tainted, old man. Something's calling to me and it's giving me strength.
So it's being...
That sounds
tainted.
like tainting to me.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like an opportunity, and I take those when I can get them. And he starts legging it towards the forest as fast as he can. His little wings on his back, sort of lifting his feet off the ground, but not quite lifting him.
It's hilarious. They're too small.
I think we cut to Sonia, and Sonia's in the middle of the forest, chasing after Pilomon, who's like floating just out of arm's reach above her, going, "Power, my friends, I must spread friendship to the world, and everyone will be happy." And she just gets pulled and pulled and pulled by this dark energy.
Where are your friends? Why are you going all alone then? Wait for me. Why are you leaving me?
You see, as she goes deeper and deeper into the forest, and you can't snap her out of it. She floats through like several like crossings of wire and like through an oven with a hole in the back, and you're chasing after her, doing like the best you can to parkour over all the obstacles in your way while she's just like effortlessly floating. Do you want to do anything to try and catch up to her or stop her or anything like that? Or are you kind of just going to see where this leads?
I'd rather try and grab her if I can. I'll try and accelerate on my roller blades that I have, and then that I totally remember that I have, and then I can't use. Catch up to her, hopefully, and try to grab her. Try to shake some sense. Try to talk to her first, like.
Yeah, you've tried talking. She is not responding. She's just so entranced by this darkness that's pulling her. And like as you get deeper into the forest, you start to see this dark figure grow from her, and it's the figure that you saw in the surf competition a while back.
Oh boy!
And it keeps getting bigger and bigger as you get deeper and deeper into the forest.
Yeah, you, Pilomon, is this really what you want? Do you think just going over there and leaving us will bring us happiness?
I think
I'll be sad if you're gone.
I think at this point you reach out to Pilomon and touch her, and you get a flash of her memories, and you see Keramon, creepy as ever, wriggling around with his tentacles, holding open a book, and saying, from the point of view, this is from the point of view of Pilomon, so you can't actually see her body or anything at this point. You see Keramon go, And the human I need to get Caramon's voice. That's how I get into his voice, okay? So, and the human girl will be mine, yes? And you hear a deep, dark voice go, of course. Anything to save my friends. And he pierces the end of his... you like see a big hand that's like a demonic, wolfy looking hand stick out with very sharp nails, and it pierces the end of one of his fingers with one of his nails and drips blood in the book, and a big bright light glows. And the next thing you see is a little white diginome that just goes, hey, you must be the Digidestin partner, and then it cuts to black and you like wake up and you're like, well, that was weird. And you you wake back up and see Pillamon floating still.
Pillamon, Vision, was this you? I'm not sure what. Pillamon, were you going to throw me away? No, that must have been someone else, right? Pillamon, are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
She doesn't respond.
Come on, we've been through so many things together now, right? We're friends. We're family. Why do you want to leave now? If you could talk to me, is this something that's more important than us? We're friends too, right? Why do you want to leave so bad? Clearly you're not yourself. Respond, please.
Pillamon doesn't turn to you, but the aura around her that's dark and has big red eyes turns its head to face you, Sonia.
That's a weird thing. Okay.
And its mouth opens. The dark, shadowy mouth that is being made up of shadows right now opens, and you hear come from it like this dual voice that sounds kind of creepy. I must live up to my end of the deal. I must spread the dark zone throughout the digital world and unite all my friends with it. To do that, I need you, Sonia. You are the key.
The key?
It doesn't sound like Pillamon's
That's the most
voice.
generic plot point ever.
It doesn't sound like Pillamon's voice, but Pillamon's mouth is also moving as it says these words. And you it's like that creepy double voice where you hear like the demon-y voice, but you also hear the really cute Cutemon voice overlapping with it. So it sounds really creepy.
No, that's not you. That's the weird darkness talking. Listen, by spreading the darkness, what would happen to everyone else? What would happen to us?
We'd be free. Everyone would live as equals in the digital world, don't you see? It's a good thing, Sonia. But to do that, to unite everyone, I must make the great sacrifice of losing you. And you see Pillamon is crying. You see tears going down her face, but not the demon. The demon isn't crying at all. And he's like, for a better future for all Digimon, Sonia. This is something I must do. And then the darkness turns its head and Pillamon starts speeding off. A teardrop drops down and slaps you in the middle of your forehead.
Pillamon!
And then we cut back to Boogymon. In fact, we'll cut back to Kagiaki because we haven't heard from him in a while.
I am currently sleeping.
You are currently sleeping, but I think the energy from your digivice that's lingering within you jolts you awake. You're still full of that kind of energy. It's not dissipated. You just needed to sleep off the initial shock of the power that coursed through your body.
I was under the impression that I slept because I spent 10 hours coding. But okay,
I can't have you be unconscious for the rest of the session. That's not fair. I mean, I know there's only 10 minutes left, but come on.
In fairness, it is self-inflicted.
I mean, if you want to stay asleep, I'm happy with that. But like, I just wanted to make sure you didn't want anything to do anything in the scene.
Unless someone comes to me, I don't think I will be waking up, and nobody's coming to me. So
It's always Zachary and Cutemon.
They're T-posing around the pancakes.
No. Kageaki wakes up and there's just Zachary T-posing over him, and then he rolls over and goes back to sleep.
like, oh, I'm still dreaming. Okay.
Okay, then if you don't want to do anything, that's fine. But we'll cut to Boogeyman, who's starting to escape into the forest. He wants nothing to do with you guys and wants to go towards this power of his own will. He doesn't seem to be controlled like Pillarmon is being controlled. He just seems like he's being drawn to it by, like, he's not in a trance or anything. He's more just, he feels like right to go that way. And he's sort of like skimming the ground as he's like half flying away because his little wings can't carry him.
We did get his name. Yeah, that's right. Pokemon, can't you see? Where are you going? Don't go. You're being drawn to some kind of an evil power, and we need to stop you. You can't go that way. Don't you see that you're being controlled by the idea of the friend you lost? Can't you see? How can you not see it? You're getting more powerful and acting out in this fashion isn't gonna bring him back. You need to find the strength inside yourself, and not the strength that you're gonna get from whoever or whatever you're being drawn towards. Without that, you're not gonna be anything.
But it doesn't feel like I'm getting power from something else, Taisto. It feels like I'm reclaiming something I lost a long time ago. It's empowering me even now as we speak. And like, I think you see on your digivice, his bits are like steadily rising inside of his digibody as the darkness is being absorbed into his skin. It's like a long lost friend returning. I'm just awakening myself.
You're heading towards a very dark future. Don't you understand?
Who cares if it's dark? I want to be strong. I want to be looked up to. I don't care who by. Just, I want to be known. I want to make a mark on this world before I leave it. I don't want to be like Ogremon, who got his journey cut short. I want to make my life...
Ogremon is fine.
Ogremon is dead. Your friend stabbed him in the back like a coward.
But Ogremon was reborn. Don't you see?
Every Digimon is reborn. Eventually. He'll nowhere near be as strong as he was, and he won't have his memories from before. He won't be the same Digimon anymore.
He sure seemed pretty same to me.
I'm gonna grow up, and I'm gonna be someone that he can look up to now that he's been reborn. He'll grow big and strong looking up to me. Mark my words.
But don't you understand? You may have lost your friend for a while, but he's coming back. You'll get back together eventually. Why do you need to be so? Why are you so obsessed with getting back exactly what you lost? Can't you meet your friend again and get a new kind of a bond with him? Ogremon, yes, you lost Ogremon. He's fine. He's doing well at the moment. He's back there in Icon Village. We encountered him and we helped him get over the way he died. he seems to know what he's definitely has his old memories.
Could you roll kind for me?
Oh Jesus! I just lowered it last session.
The way of the asshole. I know how that feels. So hard being kind in this.
4.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to you at all. He's like, I have more than just Ogumon now, though. I'm starting to remember there was someone even greater that I used to look up to. Who was it? Who had all this power? I need to know. And he like runs into the forest and like knocks down trees on his way as he like rams through them to get to whatever's drawing him. And I think we're going to end the session on both Pillamon and Boogimon entering the like opening where this dark energy is, and we see in the center of the forest there is a deep black inky looking pool of this oily substance, and above it is floating a very ordinary looking stone that, if you squint at it, maybe looks like an ancient Koagamon type Digimon is carved into it, but maybe not. You don't really know.
Who knows?
Oh, who knows? Yep.
And
Could be anything, really. Could be any other Tyrannosaurus Rex Digimon, really.
And we end the session there.
All right.
Sure.
Cool.
I wonder who Petit Mammon's master is. You know.
So that was a
Master.
really chill session with nothing bad happening.
I would
No.
like to
Hey.
No fights,
Hey,
no.
I never said that nothing bad would happen. I said there would be very limited fights, if any.
But bad stuff would still happen.
I would like to apologize about that clusterfuck of a moment of truth. It just came to me randomly and was like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
It's fine. It's a really nice idea. I've actually been thinking about your moment of truth a lot, because I think it's like you said in the last session, it's the most difficult one to have.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, it kind of like relies on you crafting this masterful plan, and on the other hand, it also relies on you like getting Deus Ex Machina bullshit powers at the same time. So crafting a very good scene with it is very difficult.
Yeah, it really fucking is. Like, I have to solve the problem to be able to solve the problem. That's
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah, I think actually I as you were describing your moment of truth, I thought of this like scene that came to my head that could basically solve it, but it would have required basically the entire rest of the session as setup and all kinds of like time critical stuff going on, and pillars coming down on us in flames and all kinds of that shit.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
it just came to me completely randomly. Was fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, use your knowledge to save someone. That's very redeeming of Kageaki, considering how and Doremon as well, considering their past of murdering a whole bunch of people.
It's also very in character because I'm constantly trying to do that. I'm just failing.
Exactly. Once again, I need to write something down real quick for next episode that I need to cover, so I don't forget.
Okay, on the next episode of Digimon Vortex, Kagayaki potentially wakes up.
Maybe. On the next episode of Digimon Vortex, I gain some potential because I'm very behind.
I'm sure you'll find a way to gain potential against Petit Maman.
I'm more behind than Zach.
Is that to be honest, Zachary was actually way ahead of you guys. He was basically only second to me until he skipped like 5 sessions straight.
Yeah, and he still has more potential than me. And he's
But I
missed
tried.
5 sessions.
I tried to hand you potential on a platter, and you were like, "No, I don't want to talk about it."
I'm sorry, character development.
Also,
it's fine. It's
I
fine.
look a stat, right? For the second potential, for the second moment.
Pardon, sorry?
Am I not supposed to look a stat for the second moment of truth? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so you have to lock one of your labels. I should have said that to you the other time as well, Ty stuff.
I locked Savior.
You have to lock one of your labels in place and it will never move again.
I locked Savior because I know that I'll keep trying to save everyone, so it's at +3, so it's perfect.
So, all right. So does this or does this not get superseded by what's the phrase? Is an advancement that allows you to rearrange your labels. Does this apply? Does the lock supersede that, or how does it work?
The lock supersedes that, so the lock will permanently stay. So you cannot move that label even if you get to rearrange all your labels. You get to rearrange all your unlocked labels, essentially.
Okay.
I cannot wait to start getting a lot of fucking conditions because people will keep trying to put that up and down and it won't move.
None of my labels are where I want them.
I have the exact opposite problem. Labels are exactly where I want them. I can't fucking move.
Yeah, just note to everybody else, when you use your moment of truth, make sure it's when you have a label you want to lock.
I do not think mechanically, like, at all.
I mean, mechanically, Savior at 3 makes sense for you.
Yeah,
I know it's basically my best stat by far, because I just don't ever die, and I have stand up for something, so which are both like I really benefit from it.
I also have to figure out what the fuck kind of what is it? Permissions to give Matadorman, because it doesn't fucking do anything special. It's really funny.
Wait, what doesn't do anything special?
Matadorman barely does anything. It's like it has a kick, it has a dance, and it has projectiles. That's it.
It was basically me with Mistymon as well. I was like...
Well, I said to you guys that if you can't think of permissions, you can make something up that's unique to your version of that Digimon.
Yeah, for example, I'm going to give him Digicode.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
I've already noted that potentially having 3 each time is maybe a bit too much, so maybe I'll lower it to 2 eventually. No,
I like doing things, thank you very much.
I know you like getting things, but like even like at the champion level, like I'm pretty sure Pablo still hasn't decided all of his stuff. Oh no, he has. He has, okay, good, never mind. He hasn't decided anything for Lynxmon though.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, that can wait a bit.
Okay, everyone's got all 3 now. That's good. Like last time I checked, like there was like 1 thing written and then like 2 like I don't know, maybe this question mark. Yeah,
like I basically just have to figure out what the 3rd one is.
I mean, bear in mind, like if
Yeah?
you can't think of anything, feel free to leave it blank, and then when something comes to mind, like if you need something specific in the session and you're like, oh, Matadormon could totally do that, then you know, do that then.
For the record, do we keep past permissions? Because I remember Flag Wizardmon using a Ghostmon permission.
Yeah, you get to retain all of the permissions that you have on your previous evolutions.
Alright, that's great, because god damn it, Sangloopmon's broken as shit. I would really hurt if I lost everything it could do.
The only thing you don't get to keep is the stuff that's on your alternate evolution path, because it's an alternate evolution path, if that makes sense.
Okay, so basically just the vanilla one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so...
But the alternate does get permission from what's behind it, right? Just not...
It's just those permissions are just carried on over to the next one.
It just doesn't carry them over to the next stage.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do the end of session moves then. So, Taisto, did you go close to the others, further away from the others, or into your own image?
That's a very tough question. But can I go last? I don't know.
Sure, let's do it in reverse order. Sonia.
That's cheating.
Sonia, what do you feel?
I almost got closer to Pablo. Almost. Well, I tackled it with him a little bit, so that's something. I tried to calm down Taisto. Maybe we got closer too. So I'd say I got closer to 2 people. Almost. Like, it's half a person each, so it's 1 full person if we put them together. So,
But
That's
then you
right.
need to
I'm
decide which
afraid
one.
you have to pick one.
oh man.
Can't give half an influence to someone.
Well, I'll say Taistos then, since we didn't really talk with Pablo.
Aha! I get to fuck you up.
Yep.
Also, mark
Alright, let's
potential
go.
if you would like to. It's an optional potential.
I don't want to, please.
I do not want it to be optional. Die! Die!
uh, just a second. I got a second potential in this session. I rolled 2 misses. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did.
I suffered from success all the way through. I didn't miss a single roll.
Right. I don't want to roll misses. I die if I roll misses. Anyway,
Yes, in more than
yes,
Western one.
yes, time to fuck Sonia up. I think Deister wants Sonia to be more unique and less reckless.
Okay, that's fine by me. So, remind me again, since do end of session moves trigger, you can count on me? Or what?
What is
Except, yeah, right, I forgot about that bit. I reread the thing. Dang it! One day I'll manage to use it.
It was so broken before the nerf, and now it's like nigh unusable. It's great. I love it when that happens and stuff.
Curse you, Antinomy!
I love
feel like
I
that's
love that when
cool.
you took it, you were like, "Wow, this is really overpowered. I'm totally going to gain a ton of experience off of this move," and then it's not.
You were
been
like,
triggered
I
yet.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, we basically just discussed why it's so busted, and then one small tweak turned it useless. It's
Yeah.
great when that happens.
Alright. How about who's next?
Let's go with
So on my
Kageyaki next.
potential,
Kageyaki.
Okay. So what I did was obviously stupid as shit and reckless as fuck. It's like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. So reckless up for sure,
Okay,
and
which one goes down?
probably superior, cause I wasn't very assertive.
Okay.
I was more like just assisting people. And I will hate myself for this, but yeah. I'm sure the reckless will go down again, it's fine.
Pablo?
I think I. I think I. Oh, fuck. I think I grew closer to Sonia just at that moment in the morning. So
Yeah.
And does Sonia have influence over you?
Well,
I
yes,
need
I
to.
believe.
Okay.
I think I have influence over everybody in the group, so yep.
Oh, I don't have
everybody-
that marked. I should mark it in my playbook. Give me a second.
Okay,
Everyone
so
has influence over
Sonia,
me.
you get to shift Pablo's labels, and Pablo, you get to mark a potential if you would like.
Oh, of course I like. Magic, so you know.
I made it optional because Taisto was complaining that it just he was accelerating
No.
too fast.
Oh, yes.
Kill.
I want him out here.
Without looking at your thing, I want you to be more kind and less unique. I want you to fit in with the group more, I guess.
Why do you have to do this to me? My kindness of +3
Really?
already. Yep.
Are you
What's
sure
great
about
in that
that?
case?
I'm sorry.
You maxed that one out.
Apparently,
You
out.
want to cap?
Wait, so what's going
Oh,
on? What's going down? Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, so
Because
if if what she's shifting causes you to go above 3 or below -2, you have to take a condition instead.
Ah, great. Thanks, Sony. It
What
really
time we
helped.
just pick conditions at
help
the
me
end of
there,
the
huh?
station?
But
Like,
can-
we randomly trigger an emotion.
But the end of session move removes a condition also, right? So that cancels it out. No?
Okay, I'm losing condition.
You can't
Really?
you can't lose the same one that you gain.
Oh, come on! That's mean. You're
But
being
what the-
mean.
What condition do I even mark that works here? Afraid? Guilty? I don't know. I guess guilty.
Yeah, you didn't really open up, so maybe that made you feel guilty.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Sonia. That really helped.
Maybe you'll get to open up next session and we'll get to sort of spill the deets on everything.
Yeah.
Taisto.
Right, now that I've had time to make up my mind, I know what I want to do. Or I know what happened with Taisto.
Grew closer to Pablo.
Taisto has grown away from the others. He feels detached because he seems to be absorbed with a past relationship of his. And he feels especially detached from Pablo because Pablo rejected Taisto as Taisto was coming him for support under the guise of offering his own emotional support.
Fair enough.
Pablo, you turned Taisto away. Taisto, who has been by your side every single time, teaching you how to lift. And
I never lifted with my legs.
you just coldly turned him away.
Okay,
so,
it's fine though. He has a +3 kind.
So Pablo, you lose influence over Taisto.
Yes.
I love they have influence over Steel Greymon still. That's great.
That'll come up in the future, I'm sure.
Yeah, it definitely will come up eventually.
Okay, so that's the end of the session. Let's do an after the credits scene, shall we? I like doing those.
Sure.
Sure.
Hypes people up for the next episode. Let's see. Okay, so we get a establishing shot. Can I have some less epic music and more like?
What do you need?
Mysterious kind of music, like a breakthrough discovery kind of music, like a sciencey kind of music.
I mean, I have one, but I'm not entirely sure it works.
A weird one. Absolutely
How
specific.
about?
That's
I think I used the song multiple times already, but
I know a few Wonderstrucks, but I'm not sure if they fit,
let's see if this works. Maybe I don't know.
Okay, if yours doesn't, I can try.
There's like a bunch of ones I have on backlog. I don't know which one works better, or none of them.
That's really quiet. Let me turn it up.
Yeah, kind of quiet. I don't know.
That should
really
work, I guess.
I mean,
That
kind
fits
of,
closes.
kind of.
I was kind of more thinking of a more like Jurassic Park da-da-da kind of vibe.
Oh, that's fair enough.
I think mine might work, but I'm not sure. Like, no.
Anyway, while the music gets set up, I'll establish the shot. So, we see the human world.
That? Does it work better?
It'll do. I don't think we'll be able to find the music that fits it properly, but I guess this works.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's the closest I can think.
So we get an establishing shot of the human world. We get to see the monument, not the monument, sorry, the fortress, and it's currently covered by a ton of different white tarps, so that outside prying eyes can't see inside. We see the press outside the tarp, like waiting to swarm whoever comes out and take photos of them. We get an establishing shot of the inside of the tarp, and we see a ton of scientists in hazmat suits they have this machine that they've set up either side of where you guys were last seen. And there's an old man with goggles on. He has like a big white lab coat, and across the place where your name tag gets stuck, it says inventor. He's like, now if my calculations are correct, this should open the portal and get us to where my son is. And he's like, fire up the machine, Jenkins. And he's like, right away, boss, right away. And he like starts typing furiously on a computer, and the machine starts to vibrate and shake, and like strikes of like electricity shoot out everywhere. And then there's like a big and a big gateway opens in front of him. It shines a bright blue. Oh, no. And a team of human scientists step through the portal, including a man who wheels himself in a wheelchair.
Oh boy.
I certainly hope you don't like savers, because I know where that goes.
Poor guy.
You like savers.
And
God.
we cut to black there as
Alright.
as they make a
mysterious.
scientific breakthrough and enter the digital world.
And they only say 2 words, Deus Volto. I'm sorry.
So they did this in like a week? How long have they known about this and they already were able to enter the world? That's like impressive.
I mean, we've been there for months.
Yeah, but like at the time in the digital world and the real world is different, right?
I mean,
Right?
Yes, it is very
it's
different,
not bad.
and we are not defining it because, as we know, I am very bad with time.
Fair enough, yeah.
Time and distance are something that I, as a GM, can't manage in a system like this. Okay.
It's basically,
No, that's fair.
it's not exactly months, but it's more than enough for multiple articles to pop up in the news, so we've been gone for a while.
Yeah, a little bit at least.
Maybe like a month or like 3 weeks, if you know, something like that.
Huh.
The exact time doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's fine.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah,
You're up to some shenanigans, Antinime. You're up to some shenanigans. I see through you. Anyway, are we gonna do next time?
Yes, let's do next time.
Alright, next time Kagayaki wakes up.
Well, that was a
He
given.
stays asleep.
Yeah, it's the Kageaki sleeps through the entirety of next episode. It's decided.
I would forget that'd be so fucking hilarious.
I mean, if for some reason you're busy and don't turn up, then that makes sense. But if you do turn up, I want you to play. So.
I mean, I assume someone is going to wake me up eventually, like, for fuck's sake.
Next time on Digimon, Zachary's arms get tired and he stops T-posing.
No.
Are you quite? You can't
What?
promise that.
That's wishful thinking at best.
Yeah.
He starts posing instead.
Next time on Digimon Vortex, a subset of our heroes finds strength in each other.
So big, that's so courage, boys.
Should I throw a random curveball?
Gosh.
Yeah, sure.
Next time, Keramon changes form,
Oh,
What?
Keramon changes
I mean-
form.
me.
and it's vague enough for you to have 2 choices.
Wait, sorry. Keramon changes form is what you said.
Yes,
Okay, cool.
vague enough for you to have 2 options.
Oh no.
Next time.
Oh no no no
Next-
no 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 Antinime. Strength. Not comfort, strength. Sounds a bit less gay if there's a strength instead of comfort.
Okay, cool.
Wow,
I
what, that's so toxic masculinity of you.
I feel like the Keramon changing form thing is jumping the gun on something that I really wanted to do in the future, but I'm happy to give it a go.
I did say it's a curveball in fairness.
Oh boy.
Sometimes I just say damn shit and see if it works.
I'm next time on Digimon
Case in
Vortex.
point, my moment of truth.
Maybe we see an actual vortex for the first time. You know,
Hey,
kind of
hey.
important.
You are literally
Actually,
next to several vortex warriors.
Vortices.
Yeah, you're next to several vortices.
Those are portals, not vortexes. Come on, like,
We
your terminology here.
We have actually seen an actual vortex twice, I believe, at least.
Oh,
Fair enough.
I
I just want to get potential.
I'm pretty sure we've seen 2 vortices in the game, like actual vortices.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Fair enough. So I guess next time I gain some potential, because please.
You gained potential this time, didn't you? You got the end of session potential at least.
Yay!
same as me.
The bare minimum! Yay!
Hey, I
This
also got
time,
one.
Pablo takes center
do-
stage and fails a bunch of rolls.
Yeah,
Pablo
I should just start
fails
rolling
user.
like unique.
I was
Just
really
start rolling
waiting for
unique.
a roll when I was chasing Philemon. Never came.
Start rolling unique now, so I get all the bad
Um,
rolls.
I want to add next time on Digimon Vortex, memories resurface.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That is not good for literally any of us.
None of us will
It is
all
not
have
good
shitty lives.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
That's
boy,
like,
indeed.
literally no matter who it is, it's bad.
This is what we in the biz call a fuck up. A fuck up.
This is what we call a big oof.
Wow.
Big oof.
Big oof.
This is what we call we're so fucked.
I think I covered everything I wanted to in this episode, except for introducing a couple of the villages, but I can do that next episode.
You can, yeah. Like
My
terrible.
actions this episode were like so fucking weird. Like I kept doing things, but then I kept fucking out of the scene immediately after. So like I both did and didn't do anything. It was weird. I enjoyed that for some reason.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, hopefully next session Kagiaki will wake up and not be in a coma.
And do something relevant for once.
Exactly. Yeah, and hopefully, like, we'll get to have a cool scene with both Pablo and Boogimon and Pilomon and Sonia, and sort of explore what this dark stone thing that Cutemon dug up does. Hopefully Zach will also be here and we can sort of retcon him in somehow.
Hopefully,
I mean, Zach is really
So,
right next to me, so
the T-posing was
yeah.
actually part of his trauma. He was dealing with his trauma by T-posing. So,
Yeah, because the stone I feel is now a big part of Cutemon's backstory, and I'd like Zach to be
Yeah.
there for it.
yeah, the Kuwagamon in the stone is actually T-posing. So, very integral to the character.
Yeah, if you squint, you can see a ancient Beetlemon T-posing
No,
on
you
the front
can't.
of the stone.
No, you can't.
Ah, nice.
You can, if you squint, you can pretend to see an ancient Beetlemon T-posing at the front.
Lame.
was it actually ancient Beetlemon in the dub?
No, I think it was ancient Beatmon.
I'm pretty sure it's apparently ancient Beetlemon had a hit.
Pretty sure it's Speedmon or Beelmon.
Beetlemon is the
depending on
original.
I'm pretty sure
Ancient Beetlemon.
But the dub name...
Ancient Beetlemon is the dub name.
Ancient Beetlemon. So it's just they
Funny.
do
Where
they do the regular
ancient
they do the regular Japanese thing where they just cut off some of the syllables at the end because the Japanese people can't be fucked to pronounce it. properly.
Yeah, and usually the Japanese people just understand what it is without the extra syllable, so it doesn't really matter in the end.
See, what Ancient Beatmon says to me is that you're going to see an ancient beetle that beatboxes at you.
Yes, please.
Honestly,
That
I
sounds
always
great.
saw it as an ancient beetle that will beat the ever-living fuck.
That gives me an idea for a future character.
Oh, well,
Oh boy.
Beatboxing
Oh,
never
no.
too many ideas. Let's stop here before getting more.
she can
Next
be in
time
the
on Digimon
translation
Vortex, Kawagamon starts a beatboxing career.
She can be in the
mean,
translation town.
what else? I mean, does he have anything else at this point?
I mean, he runs a tailor shop, or at least he
Yeah,
Oh,
works
yeah,
there.
that's
I know.
ouch.
I know, but the
Ouch.
joke works better if he doesn't do that.
So good.
Oh boy.
Qui-Gon beatboxing.
A question I've left open that I kind of want to answer at some point in the future is how did Kawagamon lose track of the stone? Like, did it get repossessed by those Troopmon? And how did it end up in the
Qui-Gon
forest?
doesn't have eyes, so that's my theory.
Kuwagamon and Kunemon can canonically see through those patterns, so it doesn't matter that they don't have eyes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
obviously got repossessed because that's, you know,
I think my
What
theory is that
I hate to think what's become of those Troopmon. The GM says as he scribbles down notes furiously for next episode.
I think the main reason that he lost them is because plot convenience.
So are we playing next Sunday again
no.
instead of Friday?
What does the schedule say that Sony put up?
It says 26 instead of the 24th. So did we say like that Friday isn't good, so we're playing Sunday instead?
Yes,
I
we
think I remember
play.
that.
Yes. We play on Sundays now. Every Sunday.
Oh yeah,
the point.
that's right. Sorry, I completely
And we
forgot
changed the date of the session on the 31st to be on the 30th instead.
Yeah,
so
I'll
it's
update
like
that,
the end of
at
the
the
next
table.
month.
Mhm.
We have it on a different date.
I completely forgot somehow. Okay, yeah.
And we have a big question mark on the 10th because I'll have just come back from holiday on the 9th and I might not have prepared anything. So if we do something on the 10th, it'll probably be a flashback episode or something that I don't have to like really manage too much about, and I can
That's
get a lot help
fine.
from you guys.
We haven't seen Doraemon's flashback after all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yazimon,
we've still got a lot of
Liber-
flashbacks for the humans as well that we can go through.
Also true.
Like Zachary being an arsonist. I mean, being traumatized by house fires.
The biggest reveal before being arsonist.
He started the fire.
All of them.
No. He didn't start the fire. The fire was been burning since the world's been turning. Sorry.
How can I? Oh god.
I had to. I'm sorry. I'll see myself out.
Also, Ivo. The stone didn't get possessed by plot convenience or in the name of plot convenience. It got possessed because I saw a great opportunity to twist all the knives in Cutemon's heart, and I took it.
Oh,
And I took it.
shit.
I carried it across the finish line, and I made a home run. I don't know any like
Wait.
American football.
Which
You strike me as the kind not to know about that
wait,
stuff.
which
yeah.
knives did you stab Cutemon with? What?
All of them.
You know, all
Again.
the ones about guild. That was the whole point. Oh no, I'm not sure if I can do this. You know, I have a Digimortgage. But surely you wouldn't tell me anything that would be cause me to default on that. Oops, I defaulted on my Digimortgage. I can't help you. I'm sorry, but it wasn't your fault, was it?
I mean,
One is
Nice.
living in.
Some-
He's
some-
all
taking
the
it pretty
knives.
well.
Something I want to ask as well, Ivo. On your bingo sheet, what is secret?
you can't know. That's the point.
Is that like?
I don't know.
That's the point of
Was
secret,
it
isn't
crossed off during the episode? Like, is it something that comes up in a
It
typical
was
episode?
not. No, I'll reveal it when it's crossed off.
Okay.
Oh
But-
boy.
It didn't happen. What I thought would happen didn't happen.
I need to make my
Someone
own
managed
bingo
to
sheet for you
make
guys.
Pablo open up. It didn't
Also, for the record, when he crossed over, Ellie gets mad. I was literally laughing my ass off.
I need to make my own bingo sheet
Fair
for
enough.
this game. It sounds fun.
Right. So next time everyone shows up with a bingo sheet, or
I mean, we can definitely do that. The first person to get a full bingo sheet like marks the potential or something.
no,
That's so funny.
That would be so cute.
That would be great.
Just a nice little fun knick-knack.
I need to bring the bingo sheet from hell, which is like impossible to fill, and then you'll just fill it just to spite me.
Okay, so I go first. So Newtman teleports into a pants. Because that happens a lot. He just teleports and gets pantsed immediately.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun session.
Lot of
I like
pain.
it. It was a great session. I
Delicious.
liked screaming like completely ironic things as Daisto. Daisto screaming ironic things is one of my favorite things.
I could tell, yeah.
Completely without any self-awareness at all.
So-
Yep, we could tell.
I also
like-
love that Taisto's first instinct was throw a fireball at the problem.
How dare you leave peacefully, you monster!
I also like the part where Taisto
I-
let Boogimon think Ogremon is dead for like a full hour before actually saying he's lying.
I also liked when Pablo stepped up and was all, you can't do that. You can't attack people. And then he's just like, you guys attacked me. What the fuck?
Hi, I'm moving. Bye. Get it.
You're like what's the word? You're making him think that he's the one that started the fight. You're
Yeah.
Gaslighting. You're
gaslighting him. You're gaslighting him into being the bad guy.
Honestly, I expected him to like want to get into the house to attack me, since that was his reason for living in the first place.
He doesn't know where you are. He's only seen Taisto, Sonia, Pablo. Like, he just thinks you're elsewhere. He doesn't realize you're in the city yet, unless someone yells out, "Hey, Kakiyaki's sleeping over there," and he goes, "Well, now's my chance."
Yeet. Then tell him that he's really fucking stupid if the entire group minus one is there, and she's like, I wonder what the other one could be.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for Boogimon in the future though, because like he has connections to a lot of characters.
Yeah. Hope he
we
doesn't
would
die
see-
like a certain ogre. Would be a real shame if someone were to, stab him in the back with a stinger.
Also, I decided my 3 stuff, so I'll send them over in the PM now.
Hopefully, we'll have a full party sometime.
Sorry, that's calling me. Sorry. So, I guess I'll go now. I have to go. It's getting a bit late.
Yep.
Me
I
too.
was
I
fun
need to also
session.
go so I also need to go so I can catch some sleep. Finally, I
I'm-
slept 2 hours.
I'm sorry for the flashback. I'm very bad at talking, but I tried.
Oh, you
It
did,
was
you did
great.
A really,
What the
really
fuck
good
are you
one.
on about? The
Like,
fuck are you on about?
Yeah,
you set,
sure.
You set the scene perfectly. You even gave us an establishing shot of the school like I do. Like, you literally set it up like it was in a TV show. Like, you did perfect.
I mean, thanks, but I don't think I was that great.
Like, all you need to do is visualize what it would look like on a TV screen and then just say it. And that's what you did.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess thank you. I still don't think it was that great, but thanks. But yeah, I should get going now.
Compliment.
Sure. See ya, guys.
There he goes. But yeah, I need to also go so I can finally maybe sleep. I need to do homework tomorrow morning. Yeah. So
Yeah, and I've
See you
got
guys.
work tomorrow, so I have to head off as well to get some sleep. I'm
Well,
sure
alright.
everyone else is also very tired because we were at the start of the session.
see you next week.
Right, see you
Well,
next week.
this
See you
week
next
actually,
week.
technically, because it's over. It's next week already.